right now two main areas of circulation, or I should say two main areas of severe weather. That one is to the southwest of Tulsa, and if it continues its current track, it most likely would move through Okmulgee County and southeastern Tulsa County. The other one is northwest of Stillwater, moving into Pawnee County, and so that will be in Pawnee County here within the next hour. And station moving about 30 to 35, okay. And that will continue across these areas. So those are the two main ones. With these storms, we'll have large damaging hail, and again, not many. That'll continue to expand though as we go through the afternoon. So we'll see a higher probability of severe weather breaking out across southeast Kansas and northern Oklahoma. We obviously have flooding going on across a big chunk of the area. The Arkansas River Basin is in trouble. We have our news teams that are covering that. In fact, I think right now, Lori's sitting over there, and I think Craig's over there. So if we get a break or anything where the tornado warnings aren't happening, we have a lot of other information that we are going to be passing along to you here shortly. But at this time, we have two active tornado warnings on the southwest sides, south and west of Tulsa, and the active warning that's northwest of Stillwater. Let's go to Links 3 with the latest storm track on what's going on with this particular cell. And as soon as Vaughn is available, it looks like he's got some pretty low-hanging clouds with that. Still tight rotation with this. We did have tornadoes just a little bit ago. If you're just joining us, we had this cell had created tornadoes along its swath or path that came across I-40. Now it's moving into northeastern portions of, well, really we're almost, the storm itself is crossing into southeastern Creek County. Circulation features right now at Haydenville to just west of Okfuskee. If you are in Okfuskee or Haydenville, you need to take cover right now. Go to a place of safety because this is a lowered cloud base. It could be a tornado at any given time. Vaughn looks like his video's back, and Michael, is Vaughn still not available? Sorry. Not quite available? Or he is available?
Yes.
He is, okay. All right, Vaughn, give me an update. Rotation, it's medium tight at this moment. What do you have?
Yeah, nothing on the ground. I can see the base from here. Of course, that doesn't mean anything because earlier we could not see it all the way to the ground, and it was on the ground for numerous minutes. But I think the backside, the rotation on the further southwest, the storm has occluded, and there's getting a new, bigger rotation more to the northeast of that one. So it is 250 right now. I'm ready to turn on 56 and head north.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Hey, and we're going to let you cover that. And I'm going to have a quick update right now. Let's go to Sky News 6 and Dustin Stone. He's live in Osage Sky News 6. Dustin, I know it's a little fuzzy where you're at, but from your location, what are you starting to see and what are you analyzing as you start to intercept those storms?
Travis, we are just basically right over the top of Henrietta, looking back to the northwest and back towards the west where Vaughn is. It's like you said, it's very hazy out here, so it's really hard to see back through there. We don't see anything that's defined from where we are, but we're going to just keep slowly sitting right here, moving west a little bit to the north and keeping an eye on it, Travis.
Okay. All right. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. So he's intercepting that here in just a few moments, and you can see it's kind of a hazy look to the sky, but he is pretty close. Let's go back to Links 4 and an update on that. You can see where he is in Henrietta. So he is just going to be, and he's going to slide in. Well, wait a minute. Tell you what, from his location, we might have to keep him on that north storm a little bit more, Michael, and so we might have to watch that with Sky News 6 so he can help bring it into Tulsa as well, because he's kind of in between the two, so that'd be good. And we have the south storm now where JD is located, and let's take his video for just a moment and see what he has. There he is in the lower left hand. That's JD's video, which is JD right here. Vaughn is in the upper left hand corner, which is on this one. These are the two storms that are rotating at this moment, and those are both moving to the northeast. So if you look, and we're going to go along the path, you can see the sheer places where the storms are the strongest. Now let's slide up to the north and to the east. And as we look at that, and no, let's zoom back out for a second. I'm sorry, Station. I want to point out to the Tulsa area. Let's zoom back out. So right there. So this is the, you can see where Tulsa is just closing in, getting close to a warning. The warning is in Okmulgee County, which is southwest of Tulsa at this time. So this is why we're going to be watching this very closely as well as it moves through Okmulgee County, because even though it might not be a tornado on the ground, there's a good chance it's going to be a severe storm with large damaging hail. We also have the other storm that's back to the north and to the west, so that's coming across the Tulsa area right now. We do have as well with these two, we have that third one, which is out to the west. Station, if you could widen out just a hair bit to catch that one. So we have our guys on that one, and then we have the two down to the south. And so as these cells continue to track to the northeast, this will be taken into southern Tulsa County before too long. Vaughn had a pretty good shot. He has a great shot right now. And let's talk to Vaughn. It's like he's got a big wall cloud right now. And down where Vaughn is located.
Tornado on the ground.
Okay, go.
Tornado on the ground.
All right.
Tornado on the ground right in front of me. Looks like about a half a mile up. This is a massive wall cloud. This is a whole lot bigger than that first one, Travis. Would not doubt this to be a lot bigger tornado eventually. I'm on 56, headed towards Haydenville. Going to have to turn. Oh my gosh, there's all kinds of traffic here too. Going to have to turn east here in about 2 miles. But it's right in front of me, and it's rapidly rotating. It was on the ground. Again, it's not the condensation funnel is not all the way to the ground. Okay, so you cannot go by just visual. It was lifting up debris just now, so it's passing no more than a half a mile in front of me right now. We have better passport. Just a second, Travis.
All right, we see it. We see it right there. I see the traffic. There's probably a ton of storm trackers. There always is when we get into these situations. And
there it is. There it is. There it is. It's on the ground, and it is getting bigger and violent.
Okay, Stacia, if you would you get a storm track on the north one right now? Alan, I'm gonna have you watch JD's one at Cromwell, if you would, and start getting ready for the track. Yep, there it is. We see it on the ground, right there. And so again, he'll just pass by there, and you see the rotation right there.
That passed by Haydenville. It's going towards Fusky right now.
Yep.
Might be right over on Fusky right now.
All right, you see the huge wall cloud. All this is a part of the wall cloud, and then the rotation, the tornado. All right, it's right there, and we're going to do a storm track. We can put Vaughn on the left side, if you would, and we'll get a storm track for you. Let's take a look at links 3 right now. Okay, that's 3 right there. Hold on, we'll stay on links 3 for 1 second. These are the 2 cells that we're watching. There's Vaughn on this one. Then we have the one south. Alan. There's Alan there, but we have Alan Crone in the office, and so he's going to be watching this storm and be giving us updates on this in just a moment. The one to the north, though, is the one we're watching at this moment. Let's go to links 4 now, where Vaughn is located. This is the wrapped-up area, Haydenville, right where Vaughn is located. You can see his picture right there. That is tracking northeast, headed into Okmulgee County. So this is southeastern Creek, western Okmulgee County. So we're in an area near New Yucca. If you're near New Yucca, you need to be taking cover right now. That'll continue to track to the northeast. Beggs, you're still at 529. Preston, 533. This is moving again toward the Tulsa area. Back to Vaughn for an update. Vaughn? Vaughn dropped. He did just drop? Okay, great. So here it is. It's a tight circulation couplet right across. And we'll look at the streets right, well, it's right in Haydenville. So he has that monster wall cloud right there. If that come down on the ground, that would be a very, very significant tornado. It's already doing some damage. He had a multi-vortex tornado. Multi-vortex, we haven't had to talk about some of this for a while, but that's when you have several circulations under that wall cloud, and now it's tightened up considerably. Was that a different radar? That's INX now? Okay, all right, so that's a little bit higher up, so the rotation is very strong off the surface. So this is going to continue to indicate, and that's why the wall cloud is so defined so well in this area. So that's, as you look at the highway, that's or the roadways, that's East 970 Road where it intersects with 3810. You have to take cover right now. Vaughn, back online? Give me a thumbs up when he is, if you guys would. This is going to travel right now. It's headed toward the 3-county area, and by that I mean just in the upper right-hand corner here. This is northeastern Okfuskee County. You got to be in cover if you're any place here. Western portions of Okmulgee County, and this is southeastern Creek County right in here. The shear is stronger, and that is a tornado. Again, if it isn't a tornado, it's close enough. So that's right near Okfuskee, Haydenville, moving into the corner right in that vicinity. So we want you to be. Okay, so it is a tornado. Okay, and so that is a tornado at this time, and you can see his video. Pull that full if you would. Well, it was right there for a minute. Okay, and we'll see if we can get it. Again, rough right through this area, a little bit rough cell. Once we get a little bit further northeast, a little bit better, and then Northern Creek is a little bit of a rough place too. This is, though, if you're in the areas from Haydenville, Okfuskee, you got to be in cover. Southeastern, extreme southeastern Creek County right now, western Okmulgee County. We want you to do that. You can see what we're talking about right here where the Park Wheeler corner is located. So it's a very tight couplet. It's got to be a tornado. If not, it's very close to a tornado. Wind damage, potential for large hail with this. This will track to the northeast toward Tulsa. It looks like it'll be mainly to the east-southeast sides of Tulsa, or the higher probability of the southeast side of Tulsa than the northwest side. But there's another storm too that's not only to the south. This is a hail swath that's associated with it. And so that's continuing. So this means it's locked on to low-level circulation tornado. And so that's what we have. Okay, Vaughn's back. Let's go back to Vaughn with a full screen on Vaughn. What do you have, Vaughn?
Multiple vortex tornado just crossed over Highway 56, right at Oak Muskie. I'm just now got to the east of it, so I'm going to have to turn around and look back at it here in a second. But it looked like it was prone the last time I saw it to a much bigger tornado. I'll get a shot for you in just a second, Travis.
Let's go back, take a look at Rick. Okay, let's go up to Dustin real quick. Hey, Dustin, up in Osage Sky News 6, can you give me an update from the sky? Can you see anything of that coming across that area?
Actually, Travis, we are just between Henrietta and Okmulgee, and I'm actually starting to see a little bit of a definition back to the west. It's still pretty hazy. We're just looking through the clouds and looking for any type of shapes that are, coming to the ground. And I do believe I do see a lowering back. It's several miles away from me, but we're going to hang out right here and see if we can get a better look at it.
All right, thanks, Vaughn. Thanks, Dustin. I need you to go west a little bit, west-southwest if you can. Richard, kind of watch for that. Let's go to Vaughn. Vaughn, what do you have?
Massive. It's a massive rotation right here, Travis. I don't know how long my shot's behind, but it's right here, no more than maybe a quarter mile to my northwest, and it is getting bigger. It's got multiple areas of rotation, so it is a multiple vortex coming across that area.
Okay, so you can see here, you can see here, you can see here, multiple places where it is, and there is about a 15-second delay on some of this. Some of this will be where we have tornado possibility just coming in, spinning up real quick under you guys. And Vaughn, exact location, you're just on the east side of Okfuskee?
Yes, I am. I'm looking due north, right here at, just east of Okfuskee, about 3/4 of a mile.
Okay.
And this rotation is not moving very much.
No.
Right now, it's not moving at all.
Wow.
I'm afraid that there might be something behind me. I'm not sure.
There is, it's still well south of you. Well, if you're talking about right, the only strong circulation is right where you are. Can we go to links 4 for a minute on there? Okay, let's go to links 4. You've got a real tight rotation.
Look at that violent motion.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And by violent, a lot of people don't understand because when you're looking at it, you don't really see it just kind of as like slow. That is huge. That's very fast. It's very violent motion. And that's air rapidly rising up into that. And so this is a real tight couplet just to your north-northwest. It hasn't moved very much. We'll get to the storm track as well coming up. So this is a potential. Is that just off the surface, Vaughn, do you think?
No, it's on the ground.
It's
at some point, right on the other side of those trees.
Yeah.
It's on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's right, just having passed. Did you see any damage in Okfuskee when you passed through there?
No, I did not. It passed right in front of me, Travis.
Okay.
It passed right in front of me about 200 yards. It was a tight rotation, but there was some tree damage, of course, but no power line damage yet, thankfully. But it has not moved more than, I would say, a couple blocks since I sat here and watched it.
Okay.
Maybe it's moving off to the north more than I think. I don't know.
It is. It hasn't moved too far right now, but that is because it's kind of on the line of the tornado warning. Beggs, you guys are up. You got to be ready to go right now. So that's something. Okemah as well with a tornado on the south side there. So we have this on the north side. We have thunderstorms developing around the Tulsa area at this moment. So what I want to do, let's go full screen here for a second. I know we got the tornado there, but I want to give everybody an idea. So Tulsa, we have a thunderstorm on the north side of Catoosa. We have a cell that's developed and is moving. Let's come back in just a little bit close. There you go. And so Tulsa area right now getting a thunderstorm coming in on the west-southwest sides of Sapulpa. We'll take a look at that as well. Bob is watching that. We also have the one Vaughn is on right at this moment. And then we have the one JD is on. And Alan, any changes on that one to south? And no tornado on that that we know of yet?
Not that I can tell at this point.
Okay. All right. So the other one that has a tornado warning is out to the west, and that one is up to the northwest, and that is an area in which we have two cells. We have the one that Marty is on. Darren is intercepting that right now. That still looks strong. And can you try Twin Lakes and velocity real quick on that just to have one look and see what we're looking at? The couplet is still very strong right in there. Okay. So there's still a chance because there's a boundary right in here, and that's why we have Darren up there, that this is going to continue to track toward Morrison and eventually back toward Pawnee. So you guys have to be advised for that. So that will be a place in which is a high probability that we'll have severe weather all through this area before it's all said and done. Morrison at 542 and then Sooner Lake at 552. And also on, or I should say back to reflectivity for a moment if you would. This cell near Pawnee, don't worry about that. The other one to the west, we're going to watch a lot closer. Back to the east in the Tulsa metro area right now, there's a strong thunderstorm developing over the Owasso area and then from around Claremore. So we have to watch these as well, because these have the potential to produce damaging hail, and there is an isolated tornado risk with anything around. So right now in Owasso, heavy downpours of rain, some small hail is going to be possible with the development of this, and so we have to keep an eye on this one as well from Owasso. Then also back up around the Claremore area, and that'll be moving up over Oologah and then also north of Skytook. So there's a bunch of stuff going on right now. And then back to the southwest, we have one cell west of Sapulpa. Should be some brief, very, very heavy rainfall, maybe some small hail with that. The Tornadic Cell that we're watching is the one that's just to the west-southwest of Beggs. And you can see, hey, Vaughn, he's repositioning, and you can see the two, and it looks like this one, I don't know if it's getting cut off and occluding, kind of looks like that could be occluding just a tad bit on that, and a new cycle could be trying to form a little bit to the northwest, still tight where he is located. So that's still spinning right in that area, and that is just getting onto the 3 county areas, the southeastern portions of Creek, northeastern portion of Okfuskee, and then western portions of Okmulgee County. That is near New Yucca. So we want you in cover. If you're any place in here, just take cover because we do have that potential. You see the wall cloud, you know you got to go to the Frady Hole really quick. So that is now a new tornado warning that goes all the way up to Beggs. Let's go back to Vaughn with an update on what he has. Vaughn, what do you have?
Yeah, the one to the southwest is including. It is still on the ground, but it's a very skinny rope. The wall cloud, and you're getting ready to get a shot of it here in about 30 seconds. The wall cloud in front of it is actually almost dragging the ground, Travis. It is a huge wall cloud, and I'm afraid that this thing could turn into a massive tornado.
Okay.
I'm not lying to you.
Okay, we're going to be we have to be all over that, and that is, again, moving into Okmulgee County, which is south of Tulsa. So if you're in the Tulsa area, just be advised. We have a continuous coverage right now with KFAQ 1170 on the AM dial, so stay with us there if you have to be traveling, streaming. We have all of our trackers going. Back to Links 4 for a minute, and the cells that were going on. You can see from where Vaughn is to the north and to the south, Vaughn's rotation, and he's in a new rotating area. So that one he's saying was occluding, then he was noticing that it wasn't moving at this time. Okay, thanks. We are looking at the rotating area right in here. That's weakening as this one strengthens just to his east. And so this is around the New Yucca area. So this is kind of a cycling process going on. So if you're near New Yucca, there's kind of a little bit of a hyper jump of about 3 or 4 miles to your east. And is Vaughn still online? Yeah. Hey, Vaughn, yes, do you notice that happening right now? It looks like
yes. That's been a cycle that it's done twice now. Yep. The one that by Castle occluded, and the next one grew, and that one occluded. Now this one's taken over to the northeast. Okay.
All right, good to see, or not good to see, but good to note. All right, so let's go back to radar for a minute, and then so you can see the original one is right here on the 3 county corner area. The new one is going to be now where Vaughn is located near New Yucca, and so we just want you to be advised for that. So this is the location of that. Now this secondary storm is back to the south a little bit more. That one is going to be a stronger indication of rotating area. And Alan, if you could, can you just give us a quick update on that and what that storm is doing? I know JD's down there with you.
Yeah, that storm is getting stronger. That is near the Okemah area, moving northeast around 40, maybe 45 miles per hour. About 10 minutes ago, we did get a local storm report from the National Weather Service of a tornado near the Okemah area. I don't know if that is still underway right now at this point. Let's take a look. We're going to be on 3. So take a look at Links 3, and this is the storm. And again, this is a tornado warned storm for the Okfuskee County area in Okemah. You can see we have JD there and also Alan Brosi. I can tell you that the storm velocities are getting stronger on that, just slightly south of Okemah. So we're seeing that rotation that is really right across the city from Okemah, just to the south, maybe as far to the east as Clearview. So everybody around Castle and Okemah over to the Clearview area would need to remain aware. And again, that is the storm also. You can see that polygon, the flashing polygon, would indicate the tornado warning. Let me give you a track on this of where this would go. So we're going to put this to the northeast at about 40 miles per hour. So this is the southern storm, just so everybody knows, the southern storm. This is going to put it basically into the western sections of Okmulgee County within the next 30 minutes. And of course, it could change a little bit of motion, but right now it's moving to the north and east. And again, that does have a tornado warning continuing on it. The one that we're watching right now is just a little bit more to the north. That's the storm that Vaughn is located on. He's continuing to watch that cycle up and down. That continues to move to the north and east. That'll be close to the Beggs area, in Preston soon. And then we're also watching additional storms that develop. So you guys hang with me just very carefully here. You can see storms that are developing just southwest of Tulsa proper. Now, it's 18 after 5. About 30 to 45 minutes ago, I think a lot of folks started to get word of these storms developing and started to exit the commuting process a little early in the metro. But if you're in Tulsa proper right now, trying to get home, if you're downtown still at work, storms are currently located just southwest of the downtown area near Sepulpa. Those are not severe, but they're gaining strength. We have additional storm cells that are trying to go up. They're not very organized at this point near the Claremore vicinity. So yes, we are watching storms across all of northern and Oklahoma right now. Severe storms are located just to the southwest of Pawnee. That's in Perry and Noble County. And then the two supercells, these are supercells that are tracking right now. One is in the Okmulgee County area, and then the other one is located in the Okemah vicinity. So right now, we're looking at the shot from, I believe that's Vaughn right now, into the Nuwauke's area. Is that correct? That we're looking there on the stream there? Let's pull that full screen real quick, pull it up and take a look. Vaughn, tell me what you're looking at right now, where you're driving and what kind of wind speed you're getting there on that storm.
Yeah, this is the storm that is just approaching New York. It's got a history of producing a tornado. Right now, it's not looking near as good as it did earlier, Alan. The back side has occluded. That tornado that was back far west side is occluded. I think it's trying to reorganize right now, so it's not looking near as potent as it was a while ago. But this thing's kept cycling. It's had a history of it, so it needs to be watched very, very closely. Back to you.
Okay, Vaughn. Yeah, and with these supercells, especially in close proximity to one another, we are going to see this process that it will go through a cycling phase. And with those two just very close together, the southern cell will eventually probably be the dominant one, as it's going to have the best inflow. But either one of these, of course, obviously still has that rotation there. So I've drawn a track for that cell that Vaughn is on. That's the one that's near the Nuwauke area. That would be Preston at 536. So right now it's 520. Mounds at 543. And then in the Kiefer area at 549. Now I'm going to tell you that we do not have a tornado warning for northern Okmulgee County nor southern Tulsa County. But I want to give you a heads up that both of these supercells continue to track to the north and east. So within the next 35, maybe 45 minutes, it is not impossible that these storm cells could impact the northern areas of the Okmulgee County area and also southern Tulsa County. So Travis, the two tornado warnings still underway just to the south, those supercells, but we're watching closely additional storms developing near and just southwest of Tulsa near Sepulpa right now.
All right. Hey, thanks, Alan. Greatly appreciate that. Also, let's stay wide on this for a second. Down at Weber's Falls, what was once just asking you to go ahead and evacuate now is a mandatory evacuation in Weber's Falls. So if you're there, that's not for tornadoes, that's for flooding. And again, we have massive amounts of coverage from news. So if we can get away for a while after we get a few of these tornadoes, there's so much information that we have to share with you. Our crews are out in the field. But Weber's Falls right now is now a mandatory evacuation. This is along the Arkansas River. Just above Kerr Reservoir. And so this is, again, a tremendous amount of pressure is on the Arkansas River. That comes all the way into Tulsa, and you've probably heard about all that. If sirens go off, by the way, around the Jinx area, that is not tornado at this time. That is associated with a flood warning for those of you outside of the levee. So if you're outside of the levee and Jinx, those are reasons for you to get out of there and to make sure you get out in time, because the river is continuing to rise as we have a tremendous amount of water flowing in, as we know, because we've been talking about it. All right, let's go back to severe weather coverage. And we do have Brandon on the storms that are developing also out in western Tulsa County. We do have Vaughn right now. I'm going to go back to Vaughn with an update after what's going on. He's waiting. Okay, he's not on the air. Okay, so Vaughn's here. This cell down to the south, kind of an interesting scenario playing out. So we have Sky News 6, which is flying in here. We have our other Sky News, which is flying just and watching what's going on from the west. Do we have them on? Yeah, can we get their video piped in? Because we should have that right now on one of the rooms. Is it on 24? Okay, all right, I see it there now. Thanks. So this is, they're in a process of moving. And Rich, Sean, do you know which way they're going? Are they headed back into our cell? Yeah, okay, they're going to go west. Okay. They were on our storm, but they're going to go back to the east. I wanted to point out, too, every river in central Oklahoma has too much water in it and flooding. Let's go to JD right now. All right, JD, oh man, yeah. Go to JD right now with the southern storm Alan was talking about. Look at the violent rotation right now on this. So look at the big circulation feature with tornado basically on the ground right at this moment. That's down to the south. So this is going to be a tornado that is on the south side right along near Okemah. And is JD still with News 9? Or is... Okay, all right. And so at this moment, again, that is a tornado because that would be on the ground. You can see debris right in here. It's real hard to see sometimes, but that is on the ground right now, tornado on the ground. And that is a monster. This is what we call a wall cloud, as you can tell. It's just a massive wall rotating. It's a violent rotating wall cloud right now. We could get a very large tornado out of this. We already have what's going on underneath it at this moment. I don't see debris at this second, but this is down on I-40. And this is east of Okemah, and it is a really strong, violent, wrapped-up storm at this moment. So you're looking at it right on I-40, and let's go ahead and put that on the side, and let's go to Links 4 with an update on that, and then hopefully we'll have JD. So it's locked in with circulation. JD is right here along I-40, and you can see Faro is just to the east on I-40, and then it goes right on back to the west. And that's over the Okemah area. So if you guys are in this area along I-40, and that's from North 3800 Road and to North 3820 Road, the tornado warning goes till 6 o'clock tonight. Extremely tight couplet. You can go ahead and take the circulation feature off if you would for a moment. And so you can see just what's going on right there. It is just wrapped up right on I-40 at this moment. And we'll see. Give me a thumbs up when JD is available if you would. And Alan, I'll come to you if you could do a storm track on this particular storm. But this is, it's right now going strong. This might take over the north one, but if that isn't a I'm sure it's trying to do some damage there. And this would probably be that picture you see on the left side near Faro. That is going to be potentially what we call multi-vortex, and so you're going to be looking at possibility of that becoming a large tornado here in just a few moments. That is the cell right now, and you can see where it is located. So this tornado warning is back in Okfuskee County, southwest of Tulsa. We have the other one that's to the north of that. We're going to get a storm track from Alan. As soon as we get a storm track from him, then we're going to go look at the storm that's to the north, moving up into the Beggs area. Alan, if you would, can you get a storm track right now?
Yeah, let's take a look at it.
Right.
So again, high probability of a tornado here that is on the ground, and it's going to be just to the east of Okemah near Clearview, and that would be moving northeast at 35, maybe 40 miles per hour. So Dewar, heads up. All right, that would be upstream from this, 548, Shelter at 548, and Old Mulgee at 553. So again, you can see there's where Alan Brosi is located, also JD. I don't know if we still have JD. There it is. Well, that's the Faro shot. So we'll need to take a look at JD's shot in just a minute. But this is the storm that is moving to the north and east. That's going to... Okay, that is JD. Okay, so that's JD's shot. That is the storm that we're looking at there on the radar then. This tornado warned, and again, as JD's shot showed us just a couple of minutes ago, and also confirmation from the National Weather Service that there was a tornado indicated there just to the northeast of Okemah and also near the Clearview area. So we're showing you reflectivity, but when I take a look at the velocity data, it is a very strong area of rotation that's continuing to move to the north and east.
All right. Hey, thanks, Alan. Let's quickly go to the north to the one affecting areas that are just around. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning that's in West Tulsa County. Brandon and Bob are on this right now. This is going to be for some hail and some winds to 60 miles an hour. This storm's going through Sand Springs right now. I don't know if we can take T5 and look at that in a minute, too. We also have Brandon. We have a hail core that's just near Sand Springs. This severe thunderstorm will be for 60-mile-an-hour winds. It's been developing. Is Brandon or Bob on the line, Mike? They both are. Hey, let's take a look first from Brandon. He went through that. Brandon, quick update from you. What's going on with that, and what does that look like?
Okay, yeah, Travis, right now here on 97, just to the south of Prattville. Just getting some very light precipitation right now, very dark, ominous clouds back to our north-northwest. I don't have a visual on it. I'm kind of still behind it right now, Travis. We're going to stay with it to the north, and if we see anything, we'll let you know.
All right, thanks, Brandon. Let's go to Bob real quick. Bob, when you're looking to the west, do you have very much on that? Are you good to talk about? Bob, you there? Hold on. Okay. So this, I'm going to go back to Bob for a minute. Bob, do you see anything going on with that particular cell?
No, I'm trying to get back through the traffic. We got a traffic nightmare out here today, Travis. But right now I'm going to try and get back over to the east side of it as it goes to the north side of 412.
Okay, all right. I'll let you go there, and let's go back on down onto radar links 4 and show you there's 2 storms still. The tornado warning storm Vaughn's on. The south storm might be taking this over, so the north storm is still going strong, and Vaughn's in that area. So what I want to do at this moment is let's look a little closer. There's a secondary cell developing around the Boley area, but from where Vaughn is located, the circulation feature does not look as impressive. It's right in front of Vaughn. And Michael, is Vaughn available right now? Huh? He is? Okay, let's go to Vaughn. And Vaughn, the circulation isn't nearly as tight, and looks like you're in rain. What do you have?
That's pretty close, wasn't it?
Hey, I hear JD, but I want Vaughn.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, go ahead, Vaughn. I know you're in rain now. It looks like visibilities are reduced. The circulation doesn't look quite as tight. Can you see anything from your location?
No. I think the south storm is taking over on this one.
Mm-hmm.
That the circulation is totally occluded. From my vantage point, 2 miles north of where I am right now.
Okay.
It's totally occluded, so I think the bottom storm's taking over.
All right, looks like it too on radar. And so I'll let you go so you can drive and get out of that mess. Let's go back to radar links real quick. So these are the 2 storms. The good news is that this storm is weakening because this one was going to track into Tulsa. Still could. Bad news is for you guys further to the south, because if this storm becomes the main beast of them all, this will be the one that becomes the most likely one that will continue. Now, there is a chance as this gets bigger that it could go ahead and turn a little bit more right, which will take it between Shelter and Okmulgee, potentially. Otherwise, it is headed basically toward the Okmulgee area. Alan was giving us a storm track. This is a tight rotating area right now. And so we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. And JD is near that. And let's get an update from JD right now on what's going on in this particular cell. It looks like it's getting ready to cross right along the highway there. I should say roadway, about 3840 road, where it intersects with 1065 East Road. Go ahead, JD.
Yeah, I'm right here at Old Highway 62 and 3850 Road, Travis. And I can't see the ground, but this thing is very large, and I have to assume it is still on the ground. This has been a multi-vortex tornado. It has hit a structure carrying some sheet metal in the debris field, but this thing is still really wrapped up, very large, and I'm having to assume it's still on the ground, even though we can't quite make out the ground for the train and the trees.
All right.
But this thing is right in front of us. You can see the width of it there. It is a monster, Travis. Back to you.
Yes, it is. It is going strong there. So we're going to continue to cover that one. Also, as that continues to track, let's go ahead and make a track out of that real quick. And Alan, I'll have you get ready to do the track on that, if you would. We're right now headed toward the Sunrise area. Alan's on that. JD is looking at it right now. A lot of hill and terrain here, so that's near Woodward Corner. And that rotating area continues to track to the northeast, it looks like. We'll find out from Alan because he's watching it close. That's near Sunrise at this point. So that's going to be taking it into western Okmulgee County. So the north one, you can see the shear is not as strong here. Let's move back to the north with the hail swath first a little bit, because I wanted to point out that this has been producing some significant hail. And this swath is taking it from around the Okemah area back through and around to central and northeastern portions of Okfuskee County, now moving into southwestern portions of Okmulgee County. We've had the tornado warning to the north. Notice how there's nothing going on right here. That was part of this cell, but that had weakened, and that is now moving fairly rapidly to the northeast. So this is moving across Beggs. At this time, the circulation feature, and you can kind of see what was a hook, and thanks for looping that. Let's try that one more time. You can see right in there, that occluded. This storm is taking over. This is weakening. Tornado warning for this storm most likely will be dropped, and then this one will become the bear that we'll be watching as that continues to track to the northeast. Sky News 6 is in a good place right now. I don't know if Richard's over there. Richard, we're going to just kind of keep that, if we could, right in that location, since that north cell has weakened a little bit. And then we'll come back around the south side of it possibly as that continues to move northeast into Okmulgee. So kind of bring that back, if you could, back down around the Morris area instead of moving him north at this moment. Also, this cell is the main tornado warning. And let's go to Alan and find out where it's headed. Alan?
Okay, moving northeast now, still 35, 40 miles per hour. The circulation itself is just about 4 miles northeast of the Clearwater area. And I've got the center of circulation 12 miles southwest of Okmulgee, pardon me. So there's the track you can see on the side of the screen. Shelter at 546, Okmulgee proper 551, Preston 556, and Morris at 557. Now, at this point, and we'll kind of zoom in here just a little bit. You can see the flashing polygon does not extend all the way into those areas. But if this storm continues its circulation, it looks like it will, we would anticipate those tornado warnings would be issued a little more in advance of this. So right now, again, a very strong updraft signature that we're seeing right now. That storm, again, is now north and east of Okemah. It is north of the Clearwater area. We've got eyes on it. You can see Alan Brosey there and JD. So the circulation is west of Shelter and it's moving northeast. So that would be around Old Mulkey at 5:51, Travis.
All right, thanks. And again, that kind of give you an idea, and we'll do a broader view of what's going on. We do have a new severe thunderstorm warning now, northern portion of Nowata County. There's like 3 cells in here that are developing. This is going to be the case a little bit more as we go through the evening hours. The higher probability of strong severe thunderstorms are going to eventually move to the north. These are supercellular storms, so you can tell how this one north cell is merging in Okmulgee County with the south one. So we have the other storm, though, that we're worried about, which is the one Brandon is on. This one's getting a little bit bigger, too. And if you notice, it has a little bit of room to grow. So we have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings to the north. Right now, as we look at the severe thunderstorm warning and the timeline on this one, this is a severe thunderstorm warning that will be lasting for about another, 35 minutes there, Stacia, if you could look at the time, and there it is, 6 o'clock, okay? And then that is going to continue to move to the north. So it's already moved through Sand Springs area. Brandon said he just had light winds behind it, but some hail is possible with this. And if this continues to develop a little bit of rotation could happen just right in that area. So hail is not showing up here. The one storm to the north up around the Oologah area, the newest addition to the severe thunderstorm warning, that is now a hail core near Oologah. And you can also see over Oologah Lake right now as we zoom in a little bit more on this. And let's look at some velocities just to take a look at what's going on right in here. This clusters, and so there is a little bit of a chance that these storms are going to look kind of ragtag and not so good, and from around the Owasso area to the north. So this is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect as well. So there's 3 parts to this cell, the one that's over Oologah, and then just southeast of Talala, and then just to the east of Ramona to the northwest of Talala. That is northeast of Tulsa if you're watching or listening on KFAQ. So that's moving to the northeast at this time. And then the other cell that's strong is southeastern Osage County, which would be northwestern Tulsa, also in the western portions of Tulsa to around Lake Keystone or south of Lake Keystone. And then there's a new cell developing around the Choteau area, west of Choteau, east of Catoosa. And then the main cell is further to the south. The tornado warning storm right now continues, a hook and a tornado on the ground. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on right in here. So this is just showing up right now, right into the areas of it's still moving very, very slow. JD is on it. Is JD available to talk right now, Michael? All right, JD, if you can you give me a new update? This is a Woodward corner, high probability of a tornado right now, right where you are. Is that what you're seeing?
Oh, we got a large cone, Travis, a large cone. Can you see it in my shot?
Yep, we see it.
We have a large cone on the ground. It is doing some major damage. I see all sorts of debris out there.
All right, stay with it.
This thing has went from a multi-vortex to a very large stovepipe tornado, Travis, coming towards Shelter. Back to you.
All right, and we'll stay with his video, obviously, because the tornado on the ground right now. This is the main one just north of I-40 near the Henrietta area. And hopefully we'll be able to maintain his video source because it is, every time I say that, then it blurs. But we'll get Sky News 6. Richard, make sure that Sky News 6 stays right down on that if you would. Yeah. And gets around on the south side of that. I need him to get on the south side of that. And Matt, 23 right now. 23. Let's go to REM 23. And Alan is there. He's got a picture, unfortunately, perfect of tornado. That's the tornado right now. That's the one JD's looking at. So that's tornado right now on the ground and doing damage, as we just said. We do have debris showing up as well. That's at Woodward Corner, just near Sunrise. You have to be under cover if you're in far northeastern Okfuskee County. That is moving in on Creek County in just a few moments. East 1005 Road. And tornado warning now for Tulsa. And for the what? For the Creek County. Okay. All right, and so we'll stay on this picture, put that in the left side of the screen if you would. Let's go back on up to radar right now real quick. And you can see this is a storm, so a new tornado warning. And that's a storm, unfortunately, that we were talking about that is showing signs of rotating just south of Manford. So that's picking up steam. We have Brandon right in that area just to the west. Brandon, I don't know if you can see anything. Give me a quick update on the tornado for your area, Brandon.
Okay, Travis, right now I can't see anything from 97 and 71st South, but I do have strong southeast inflow, probably 30 to 35 miles per hour rushing into this, but I cannot see anything, Travis. We're going to make our way north on 97.
All right, so this is a tornado warned storm now in western Tulsa County and northeastern Creek County. This is the hook that you see here. We'll look at velocity data and see if we can continue to see if this is wrapping up a little bit more because this is right in this location. So there's a kind of a dual area. Dell's on it. Okay, he's on 30.
And Travis, you're simulcasting on all radio.
Okay, all radio stations. Let's go to Dell's picture right now. Dell, is he with us right now? Okay. Okay, right now, probable tornado. If it isn't tornado, it's close. This is the one that is located at this time just to the south and west of Tulsa County at this moment. Let's double up with Lynx 3, or is that 4? 4. Lynx 4 if we could, and stay with this as well. So we have 2 tornadoes on the ground. We're going to go ahead and have to put all of them on at this time. So if you can, just a quick update. So this is the tornado area right here. So this is Highway 33. And so this is located just east of Olive, as we see. That is going to track to the northeast and the western portions of Tulsa County. So this is western Tulsa County to the west of Sand Springs. So this is rapidly increasing at this time. Most likely a tornado. So if we get Dell, he's going to have to give us a little bit of confirmation if that's on the ground. It's awful close to being on the ground. Just east of Olive at this moment, moving northeast toward Manford. You need to take cover right now if you're in this area as well. And Alan, I'm going to have you do just quick storm track updates with the storm to the south. I need two boxes, if you could, so we can see the one. And that's not near Farrow. You've got near Farrow, but that's Dell's picture, which would be near Olive, if you can adjust that on the screen. And then also the one that's to the south, if it's Alan Brosey's, we've got 37 with JD's tornado right now. And I need 37 up on the screen if you can, as well as 30. And so, or is that Allen's right there? This is the hook, and so this is tornado warning right now. And I need a couple more boxes, guys, if you can, to show both tornadoes. Let's widen out just a little bit. That's JD's video there. Okay, so JD is on this south storm. The one in North Tulsa has increased rapidly, heavy thunderstorm, and the tornado warning is south on I-40. And so this is the tornado that's down to the south with JD. Alan, can you do us a quick update on the storm track? Alan?
Yeah, let's just go straight to 3. Take a look at that storm track. That's the southern storm, tornado on the ground that continues to move northeast. Slow down just a little, 30 miles per hour. Still a tornado on the ground doing damage. Old Mulkey 603. Begg 609, Preston 609. Again, that's the southern storm. That is just northeast of Okemah. It's west of Shelter. And the circulation now south-southwest of Old Mulkey. Tornado on the ground and doing some damage.
All right. And so take cover in that area immediately. To the south, also to the north. This is the one that's now in West Tulsa, and the circulation feature showing up just to the south of the Manford area. Let's go back to velocities from INX for a minute. And so this I don't know, is that our radar, live radar? Okay. Okay, there we go. Good. And so the circulation feature south of Manford. If you're here, we're tracking this storm in western Tulsa County, into western Tulsa County right now. So this is going to track right on up into the western portions, coming up awful close to Sand Springs on the west side. Tornadoes located in a couple locations. We see Dell's video. Is he available? Okay, he hasn't come in yet? Okay, so that's again coming in there, and then Brandon's going to try to intercept off of that one. Dell, I don't have him on GPS. He's quite a ways away from it. We still have the tornado on the ground, which is to the south, down along I-40 or just north of I-40, going into western Okmulgee County here in a little bit. And so you saw the tornado, you see the tornado there. And this is the circulation coming in on the west side, southwest side of Tulsa. Heavy rain and a hail core on, in Brandon? Okay, Brandon, quick update from your location if you can see it. What do you have?
Travis, right now, we're due north from 83rd Street and 97. We've got a large wall cloud due north of me. I cannot see any tornado on the ground, but I do see lots of rotation due north of me, Travis.
Okay, over Sand Springs right now.
Yes, it looks like it's good.
Okay, and so it's right over Sand Springs. So I want you to move to a place of safety right now in the Sand Springs area. You can see it from Brandon's video. You can see what we're looking at lowered right in here. We can probably see that from our camera as well. So this rapidly developed. Back to radar real quick as well. So this is wrapped up in Sand Springs. You got to take cover in Sand Springs. So this is right here, right now. we have a tornado most likely in Sand Springs. So this is a new circulation feature that just came in. This is on the north side of that tornado warning for the south one. So this is coming right across town right now. Take cover, Sand Springs. Sand Springs, take cover on the north side of the Arkansas River. You need to take cover. That is moving into southeast Osage County. If you're there, we have a secondary circulation that's back to the southwest that Dell's watching. So this is, again, just blowing up very quickly. So right in the Sand Springs, over Sand Springs, tornado warning. We also have the one that's south of Manford that's moving to the northeast. Those two, as well as the one down to the south. Alan has a quick update. Alan, what do you have on south?
Just southwest of Okmulgee, tornado still on the ground. Folks in Okmulgee need to start in getting their tornado shelters, and right now, innermost region away from walls and windows. That circulation is 8 miles southwest of Okmulgee, moving northeast at 30 to 40 miles per hour. Tornado warnings have been extended now into the Okmulgee County area for this. Okmulgee, 6 o'clock, Begg 6:05, Preston 6:05 as well.
All right, so there you go. There you have that one, the one that's over Sand Springs as well. So backing out, Stacia, if you could for just a moment, so you can see. Okay, that's so we have severe weather up to the north, Rogers County. We have a tornado over Sand Springs right now. And T5, okay, let's go T5, if you can give me a T5 on the side, and then the tornado warning on the ground coming toward Okmulgee, Alan just mentioned a moment ago. So this is T5, there's a lowered cloud base, right, is that the, that's our one in the upper left-hand corner that you zoomed in on, Michael? Okay. Okay, so that is the lowered cloud base right there, so we're not sure if it's tornado on the ground. At this point, no confirmation, but it is very much wrapped up, moving on the northeast side right now, just on the northeast side of Sand Springs. So Brandon is right in the middle of it. Brandon, can you see anything? It still looks like it's above ground. Doesn't look like it's on the ground. Do you see it right in here?
Travis, I can confirm that it is not on the ground from my vantage point. We're getting ready to go east on 412 here from 97. I can confirm that it is not on the ground, but it is very low to the ground. That doesn't mean that it may not be, because the condensation funnel doesn't, so we're going to keep tracking it.
All right, thanks, appreciate it. So again, let's go back to radar and look at it. We also have the tornado on the ground to the south. We're going to look at that. This is one of the cells near Sand Springs, lowered cloud base, not a tornado at this second. If you're south of the Keystone Expressway, you've cleared that. We also have a tornado warning up on the for the area south of Manford. So this circulation feature here, another storm is developing just right around the Sapulpa area. That's not circulating, but that's increasing hail cores with this one. We'll have quite a bit of hail in the Tulsa area. So to give you an idea, we have hail cores in multiple locations. North side of Tulsa right now, large hail, severe thunderstorm warning, Skytook. We have severe thunderstorm warning over Oologah Lake. No tornado warnings for you guys there. We have the severe storms, though, going on from the west side of Oologah and central and around the lake. That extends back to the south right now, and we're also in the areas back to the southwest. Let's go back south to the other storms. I'm talking fast because we got so many things going on. Alan's going to be covering the south side, too. This is still a tornado-warned storm right here where JD is located and Vaughn is located. Tight rotation. Tornado still on the ground. Who's got the best video right now on that? Is Vaughn?
Vaughn's video is freezing up, and he's got a tornado.
Okay, he does. It's still tornado? Okay. So we still have a tornado on the ground. You can see the tight couplet and where JD is located. We're in a horrible cell service right in here. That is crossing back on into near Okmulgee. So if you're Okmulgee to the west, to Okmulgee Lake, we want you have to take cover. Alan, I'll come to you in just a moment. Now have you do another quick storm track on this one. But the tornado is right here, as you can see it. Now I'm going to kind of back out of the picture so you can see the whole thing. That is near Briar Road. That's near Ash Road. And that's also around 3860 Road in southwestern and western portion of Okmulgee County. Vaughn's in Okmulgee. We have JD south near Sunrise, Allen near Woodward Corner, and they're all reporting tornado on the ground at this time. The one that is just near Sand Springs, you can see, is lowered cloud base, but that is not a tornado right at this second. Tornado warnings are in effect. Alan, you want to give us a quick storm track?
Yeah, still tracking northeast now, 30 miles per hour on the side of the screen. Well, let me push this over so you guys can see that. Okmulgee at 6 o'clock. Begg 605, Preston 605. You need to be in your tornado shelter right now. Tornado on the ground. The center circulation, as I have it, 10 miles southwest of Preston, 5 south of Milwaukee, 8 southwest of Okmulgee, pardon me. And it's a very strong circulation. And still, all indications are that this is still a tornado doing some damage on the ground.
All right. Thanks, Alan. Let's go back to the Tulsa one and see what's going on. At this point, we're seeing, again, a couple of things happening. What do you have? Okay, and so this is the ones that we're looking at this point. There's several severe thunderstorm warnings. These are severe thunderstorm warnings, and then the ones that's in Tulsa, we have a tornado warning on from Sand Springs to the southwest. The rotating area is still going on just right where Brandon is located, and then also back by Manford. Brandon, if you would, give me another quick update on what you're seeing with that, would you?
Okay, yeah, Travis, here at 49th West Avenue and 412, looking back to the south-southwest, large lowering funnel. I can't confirm that it's on the ground. I've got trees in the way, but it is very low, Travis, and it is wrapped up.
All right, and we see it at this time, and we do see that it's somewhat lowered on the left-hand corner of the screen. It's a little hard to see as it is with Brandon. Let's go ahead and show you on radar where he is. This is just to the north of Sand Springs now, and that is moving to the northeast at this time. So circulation feature right on the northeast sides of Sand Springs, wrapped up right in here, moving to the northeast. If you're around the Turley area, Bob's also got a view of that. Bob, is he online, Michael? Michael? Bob online? There, Bob, if you would, go ahead, give me a quick update of what you're seeing to your west.
Got a pretty good view on this cell coming out of Sand Springs. You can see it. It's got a lowered wall cloud. Right now it's not what I would say wrapped up real good, but you can see a broad area of rotation, a lot of scud down along it.
All right, thanks, Bob. Appreciate it. You holler at me if you get something else, because we're going to keep moving. Let's go up to Ulaga real quick, and we have another severe thunderstorm, and there is some rotation associated with that around Ulaga at this time. So if you're around Ulaga, circulation features showing up. This is northeast of Tulsa, northeast of Collinsville. At this point, that's just showing a little bit of signs of rotating. We do have hail associated with that. So these are big chunks of hail that are falling from out of this one, and also the one back into northern Tulsa County near Collinsville. We have a large hail right there. You can look at the black areas, and that gives you a pretty good idea of the hail cores. That would be from Collinsville, Highway 20 to Skytook, back down into the north sides of Tulsa from around Sperry to Turley. And then from Bob's looking back at that wall cloud here, then back into South Tulsa at this time around the Tulsa Hills, another hail core starting to develop. We have massive things going on. And then the rotating area around Manford is still strong. This was the one that had the tornado warning on that. That is still moving to the northeast. Alan has another update. Al.
Quick, Travis, I want you to take a look at this on 3, just southwest of Okmulgee, maybe about 2 to 3 miles. This is a new circulation that's developing rapidly. You can see Vaughn's in Okmulgee, just to the southwest. That's a new circulation. The other one is still slightly to the northwest. So still, all in this area, you need to take tornado precautions. Also, very large hail in Okmulgee right now, baseball-sized hail.
All right, if you're in these areas, these are very active weathers. 2 tornado warnings. One is moving near Manford, southeast of Manford. Also the one that JD and Vaughn are on. Do we have a visual from the tornado right now from Vaughn or anyone right in that area? Okay, so, and JD is out of, okay, so we're right now, here's the circulation feature Alan was talking about. Here's the original tornado right in here, and the new circulation. Good catch, Alan. And that's coming right now into Okmulgee. You have to be taking cover at this point if you're in Okmulgee. That's tracking to the northeast. Sky News 6, do we have that in the area where we can see it right now, Richard? Richard, is Sky News 6 available to us right now? All right, let's have him give us an update on that. Dustin, look in there. Would you give us an update what you have?
That's right, Travis. We're looking straight north out of Henrietta up to the west side of the southwest side of Okmulgee. That's that tornado that JD was on a little while ago, but I don't think that it's on the ground right now. But the rotation in that wall cloud is definitely, it seemed to be a lot bigger than it was when we first picked it up. But I can't tell it from this vantage point or from this distance if it's actually on the ground right now, Travis.
Okay. Hey, thanks, Dustin. I appreciate that. We'll get you up there a little bit closer so we can have better visual, hopefully. But that is what we have right now on the south side. So Vaughn is right there. Vaughn available yet? He should have some cell coverage in Okmulgee. Okay. But is he available to talk on his phone at this moment? Okay. So this, okay, circulation feature right in here coming in on Okmulgee. We want you to take cover right now. Back to the, and okay, Vaughn, do you see a tornado on the ground?
No. This is that circulation that is south of Okmulgee. I think the circulation that was west of it has almost occluded, and this one's taken over. So this one could rapidly put down a tornado at any time because I can see really violent rotation up in the mid-levels. So we're going to watch it as it moves into the south side of Okmulgee. Okay, so we just finally got your video back up and running, so that looks good. I'm glad it's not on the ground. Alan, I'm going to have you do a storm track in about
10 seconds. But this is a look at what's going on right now out of that area. Then we're going to move up into West Tulsa County. So that's just off the ground, but that is looking like it's developing a little bit more. That's the one Ellen was talking about, found along with Vaughn. Okay, El, what do you have?
Okay, that circulation is right over the city right now. If you're in Okmulgee, you got to be in your tornado shelter right now. It's moving northeast at 30, maybe 35 miles per hour. You still, in some spots, you got a minute or two, but it's going to move north and east. So Preston at 606. And by the way, I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. The polygon now, Travis, goes all the way to the northeastern Okmulgee County area, right on the southern Tulsa County line. So again, south and eastern sections of Tulsa County would need to remain aware of this storm as it continues to track north and east. New strong circulation developing right over the city. And by the way, we haven't talked a lot about this, but you see those really bright reflectivities. That's baseball-sized hail now near and just north of the downtown area.
Oh, man. Okay. This is one of the first storms. You're talking about downtown Tulsa? Or you're talking about Okmulgee? The downtown Tulsa area also to the north of downtown. And then there's a cell coming into Tulsa, downtown Tulsa, that's very heavy. These are severe thunderstorms. We've had the tornado warning out to the west side. You can see what's going on just to the west around the Henrietta area. We have multiple locations of Okmulgee and Sand Springs. So that's the Sand Springs cell. And so there's two circulation parts to that. But what we're worried about, too, is the large size of hail that is expected with any of these cells. This is an explosive atmosphere, obviously. And so that's where the biggest problems are coming in. Two tornado warnings, one in Okmulgee. Now the one that is moving in on around the Manford and from Manford into western Tulsa County. And so there's still a hook pendant in that area. And that's where we find our guys. Let's zoom in a little bit more in the West Tulsa area for a moment. All these are severe thunderstorms. This is a circulation feature right in here. And I'm going to get out of the picture so you can kind of look at what's going on. Circulation feature continues to be right along Highway 51 to about 8th Street and then just down to about really around 41st to Highway 51, right in that area that Stacia just drew for us. That is coming up across the area of the dam, and that is going to be the biggest circulation feature we have at this moment. You see our lowered cloud bases, and that is also going to be our tornado warning, the primary tornado warned area. We had a quick spin up. Sand Springs, you're in the clear, basically, so to speak, for the moment, as it's moving into the northern sides of Sand Springs at this time, or I should say in the southeastern Osage County. And then we have the heavy thunderstorm coming in out of South Tulsa. The black areas you see right there, those are areas where we have not only heavy rain, but large hail associated with what's happening in southeast Osage, northern Tulsa, and then also north of Collinsville. And here's the Oologah storm that continues to have an arcing area. There was a circulation feature is south of Talala to near Oologah at this moment. And so that is a tightened up circulation feature just off of 69. Huh?
Issued on
tornado
that.
warning on that?
Yeah.
Okay. And so the tornado warning now, Stacia just said, they've issued a tornado warning on that for good reason. So if you're around Oologah and expanding back to the northeast, we'll do a track on that. And then, Alan, I'll have you go south and give us another update on Okmulgee. Here's the circulation. North side of Oologah, southeast side of Talala. Tight couplet right in here. New tornado warning. And that's moving to the northeast. Stacia's getting a storm track for us. Oologah, over Oologah Lake coming up here at 6:11. So if you're in the area, tornado warning, north side of Tulsa, just north side of Oologah for a tornado there. Let's go to Okmulgee right now. Alan Crone. Alan.
Yeah, circulation still right around the city itself, moving northeast 30, maybe 40 miles per hour. Still getting reports of anywhere between golf ball to baseball sized hail. The circulation still very strong. And again, that would be right over the city. We still have that other circulation that is just to the west, and that would be about a mile or two south of the New area. So we're still tracking the potential there for two circulations, but the stronger circulation right now is over the city of Okmulgee, continue to move north and east. So Okmulgee right now, again, if you're in this immediate area, you need to take your tornado precautions. You can see that flashing polygon that extends all the way into the northern sections of Okmulgee County. It does not extend all the way into southern Tulsa County at this moment, but we'll be watching obviously very carefully. All right, Trav.
All right, thanks. Sirens going off in Oologah right now. Sirens going off, tornado sirens going off in Oologah, that's fine. It's going to be from Oologah to the north where we have that higher probability of a possible tornado, and that's near Talala right now. So the circulation feature just northeast of Oologah. A large hail with this storm on the north side. Talala to the northwest so far, not that big a deal, but these are hail chunks falling big time. ping pong ball to larger to baseball, as Alan mentioned, a few of the bigger cells. Circulation feature now just to the southeast of Talala, just northeast of sitting around the Okmulgee area. So we're, again, active as far as any tornado on the ground. We have possibility of that. Brandon is on one of the storms out west. Let's move to the west storm, or to the north. Let's see, he's right here looking in on this one that is located. This is a severe storm, but this is rotating right at Turley. And so we do have rotation right there. Brandon, give me a quick update what you have. Brandon. Are you there, Brandon? Okay. Okay, Brandon, quick update. What do you have on this?
Okay, yeah, Travis, we're going to be here on the Gilcrease Expressway looking back to the northwest. I've got a very large wall cloud, very low to the ground. As soon as I come around this corner, you should be able to see it. Right now, I've got some heavy precipitation, but it's a very large wall cloud. Actually, hang on, Travis. I actually think I've got a funnel on the ground.
It's close.
No funnel, but
has a shot of the
large wall cloud, very large wall cloud.
Storm
Okay.
right over the lake.
All right.
There's my
got
shot. You got my shot?
Yep, we see it. Okay, you see how low that is right there. So this is what he's talking about right in here. So this is the one that's just near Turley at this time.
Darren to Michael.
And so it's there. And I hear Darren on the line for some reason, but that's okay because we'll be talking to him probably in just a moment. So that's just off the ground. All right, let's go back to radar real quick. That's this storm that's sitting right here, south of Sperry, north of Turley. Here's the storm track. And can you move that over just a hair bit because that's getting clipped just a little bit. There we go. Sperry, thanks. 602, 619, Collinsville. Tornado warning for you guys right now. And Alan, I'm going to come back to you, Okmulgee, in just a moment. So this is getting more wrapped up kind of right in here near Sperry to Turley. Be careful. Strong winds, large hail in this area at this particular moment. Back to the southwest. Darren is on the storm that's on the south side at this moment.
You can talk, Darren.
And Darren, give me a quick update on that tornado warned area. Can you just a quick update what you have? Is there anything on the ground?
Yeah, no, Travis. This is the I'm on 412, looking out over Keystone Lake, back towards the dam, and as you can see, it's not that organized. Do have rising motion with it, Travis, but nothing as severe as what you guys down there, but I'll keep an eye on this. Anything changes, you'll be the first to know. Back to you.
All right. Thanks, Darren. Appreciate it. Tornado warning is officially canceled on this one because it's weaker, as Darren's pointing out. Down south is the bigger storm with the tornado still going on, or at least close to it. Let's go to Alan with an update on the storm track.
Yeah, we're still having the circulation near Okmulgee moving northeast 30, maybe 35 miles per hour. From a velocity standpoint, it looks like the circulation is trying to cycle right now. I know Vaughn is near that area. We might want to check in with him just momentarily and get his opinion of what's happening there and take a look at his shot. But it looks like to me that it's cycling. It is still producing extremely large hail, and that hail core would be now just slightly northeast of Okmulgee downtown and about a mile maybe north of Morris. It's a very, very strong updraft, and you can kind of see that there's very little reflectivity here. That's because the winds right in here are just howling in terms of updraft strength. So just in this downdraft area, that's where the extremely large hail is taking place. So we still have tornado warnings right now until 6:30 for the Okmulgee County area. So that would be near and north and east of Okmulgee. But again, it looks like that it's cycling right now. It looks like the circulation is cycling.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Alan. Also, we're watching that storm that's Okmulgee. We have Sky News 6, which is in, I just saw it just a second ago. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Let's go back to Dustin, who's looking into that cell as well. Dustin, can you give us an update what that looks like from your location? Because it looks pretty tight.
It's right. It does look a little like it is, Travis, but it's still quite a bit off the ground. It's not really reaching down. I don't see a funnel coming out of it, but it is definitely that same rotation that we've been watching come across here for quite a few miles now, Travis.
All right. Be hollering at me if you see anything else. I know you and Vaughn are on that right now. Great locations to be right there. Sperry right now. Let's go back to the storm that's over near Sperry. This is the storm that we've had a tornado warning to the north on Ulaga. Now we have this cell that's wrapped up very, very tightly. Let's go to Brandon, who's right in the middle of some of that stuff going on. Brandon, give me an update on what you have right there.
Travis, right now it's the Gilcrease and Highway 11. Back looking to my west, I still have a very large wall cloud very close to the ground. It doesn't, from my vantage point, Travis, I'm shrouded in rain, so I can't really get a good vantage point, and traffic is at a gridlock. But we're going to try to stay with it, Travis.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate it. Let's go to Links 4 with an update on the storm track. Station just put this together for us. So this is the rotating area right around Sperry. So if you're on the north side of town, we want you to take cover. This is a tornado warning right now. 76th Street North, 86th Street North. This this is rotating, tightening up considerably. We could have a quick tornado again on the ground. 76th Street North, 86th Street. Really, let's just take it all the way from Turley back on to 96th Street right now. And you can see Collinsville, you're up next, 616. You can also see that we're at Ramona at 629, Oologah at 630. Tornado warning sirens are possibly going off in your location. We're getting warnings right now across the area. If you cannot watch us on TV, we are simulcasting on all of our radio stations right now. And you can listen to us on 92.9, 98.5, 99.5. 106.9, and also KFAQ 1170 AM. Right at this time, to give you a broad idea of what's going on. Tornado warning to the south in Okmulgee. No tornado on the ground, and if there is, Alan, you scream real loud so I can hear you on that one. Vaughn and JD are watching both of those cells to the south. We have right now a supercell over the Tulsa area with 2 tornado warnings at this time, one near Oologah, and then also one back to the south over Sperry. These are the 2 main circulation features, and one now out to the west as well, just northwest of Sand Springs, where Darren is located. That was a tornado warning earlier. That's still tightening up a little bit right where Darren is located. And then also the one that's near Sperry is tightened up, and then the one that's up to the north around the northeast side of Oologah. Which one is that? That's Vaughn. Okay, let's go back down to the south for a minute where Vaughn is located, I guess. And then, Alan, I'm going to have you do a quick storm track. We got to get back in Tulsa. What do you have, Vaughn?
It's starting to tighten up real tight. I wouldn't doubt if we get a tornado out of this in less than a couple minutes here.
All right.
Winds have picked up tremendously. Right here, right in the middle of my shot, is where it's going to form at. We got some RFD coming back around it. Oh, there it is. On the ground, Travis.
Okay. Tornado's back on the ground? All right.
Yeah, tornado back on the ground, right over that oil derrick right there in the middle of the shot.
We got a 15-second delay on you, so that's going to be coming up here in just a second. So that'd be right here.
I just had a big punch of RFD, and this thing immediately dropped down. But it is going to pass to the north of Morse.
Okay.
I am 1 mile north of 16, and I'm 1 mile east or west of Morse.
I'm going to go. Okay, Vaughn, stay right there, and then I'm going to.
Tornado on the ground right there, underneath that big funnel that you see.
Okay. So tornado right there. Alan, let's take, we see it right there, and let's put Alan's Lynx 3 on the ground, right next to it if we could for a moment, so that we can do a quick storm track, and then we got to get up north into Tulsa. So this is in Okmulgee County. So this is the tornado. So he's got debris down here and condensation, so you can see it right there. Here's the storm track, and Alan, that has it right here.
I'm just going to zoom in so you can read those roads out there, Travis.
Okay, all right, so here it is crossing at this point. So as you look at what's going on at this moment, that'll be crossing Highway 52 right now, and then that's going to continue to track to the northeast, and you can see some of the roads, 940 Road, 930 Road, and then that'll extend back to toward Pumpkin Center. That's in Okmulgee County. That is north of Okmulgee, moving toward the northeast. That will get into near the Tulsa area. Tornado is on the ground right now. And let's go back to, well, is that his video that's stuck right now? Okay. So we do have Sky News. Let's go Sky News real quick there. And then, and we're going to take a look. Okay. Can you see that right now? Dustin, you see it right in there?
Yeah, Travis, yeah, I do. We are
okay.
on the south side of it, moving to the east.
Go back to Vaughn. Okay, Dustin, I'm going to have you stay right there. Let's go to Vaughn. So here's Vaughn right now, and with the tornado, it was right in front of me. He had some debris as tornado passed right across the roadway.
Yep, right here. You see this limb, this big limb right here on the right side of the road, just crossed right in front of me.
Okay.
And I just got another big gust of wind.
All right. This is in northern Okmulgee County. This is going to come in on the southern side of Tulsa County. Alan, we got to hurry up and get to the north, but I'm going to have you do a quick storm track while he's on that tornado. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. I've extended the track on this, all right? So Porter 654, Kuwait 652. I'm doing this backwards. Taft 645, Haskell 637. All right, there's no guarantee that circulation is still going to be intact, you know, possibly producing a tornado funnel, but that's the way it looks right now if we just extend that out with the current path and moment. So you can see Vaughn's location on the radar. That circulation now is north of Morse. It's actually just a little northeast of Okmulgee proper. So if you're just a mile or two north of downtown, maybe not yet to Preston, and then also to the north of Morse, that's where that circulation is located. It continues to go through some cycles off and on.
All right, thanks. So again, we'll consider that on the ground at this time. To the north, we've got our other cells that are going on at this moment. So this is north of Tulsa. At this time, we have quarter-size hail at least being reported at this hour. Darren's on the cell that's to the southwest. He's keeping an eye on the original one. This is a circulation feature here in southeast Osage County. We have our circulation feature in north of town, east of Sperry, north of Lake Yohola. And so this circulation is tightened. This is really tight right in this area. We do have Brandon just looking at it from the south. We have Bob looking at it from the southwest, or looking to the northwest. And I'm going to say Vaughn's tornado looks like it's up right at this moment. And Alan, you can holler at me if it changes. Let's go to Bob and try to get an update from Bob. He looks like he has a pretty good vantage point just west of Owasso. Looks like it's a real tight circulation. Bob, quick update.
Yeah, Travis. Traffic up here is at gridlock on 169 at the standstill. On Fort Road, it's a standstill. And that rotation is north of me, and I have no chance of seeing it at this point. So,
okay. All right. We'll let you go.
A lot of people backed up.
Yep. All right. And Bob's police officer, so he can do what he's doing there. All right. Okay. So here's what's going on right now. Interesting. Meteorologist Mike Grogan just said there's gridlock in the North Tulsa area at this time. That probably shows up even on probably max traffic, I suppose. But if you get caught, the problem is a lot of people, this is after rush hour right now. I'm not really sure why we have so much traffic. There's construction. Storm chasers. And it's still, yeah, a little bit of rush hour. And there, we got a tornado still looking right there. That's Vaughn's video coming in on the south side. No tornado right now in around the Tulsa area, we can tell. We do have circulation features, multiple locations. And this is, you can see where JD is west of Okmulgee. You can see also a cell that's still west of Beggs. We're going to have to watch that one because that has signs of rotation. But the tornado warned storm is where Vaughn is located right now. And then, Ellen, I'll come to you in a minute so you can give us another update on the storm track. And then I got to head back north side of Tulsa. And you see Vaughn's video. Hey, Vaughn, I'm showing the video where it is. Is that on the ground?
I'm going to say it's on the ground, and there's a broad area here. I'm getting RFD of at least 60 miles an hour right here just behind it. So that is on the ground. There's no doubt about it. And there may be multiple funnels inside there. That's what's happened all day long. All this whole storm has cycled like this. But, yeah, I'm right on it. I'm less than a quarter mile from this.
Yeah.
And this whole area is rotating.
Yeah.
Multiple areas are circulating with it.
All right, Alan, quick update on the storm track on that, because that is just going strong right in there. Bald Hill Road, it looks like. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it's still moving northeast 30, maybe 40 miles per hour. Okay. So the polygon's been extended. Haskell 636, Taft 645, Coweta 651, Porter at 653. And that's going to be southeastern Wagner, northwestern Muskogee, and northeastern Okmulgee County.
Okay, we think we might have a tornado in Tulsa County right now. Let's go back down to around that would have to be our storm right in here, because we have three of them right at this moment. One is just northwest of Owasso, and then we also have a tightened up circulation north of where Darren is located. So the tightened up one is right around the Sperry, east side of Sperry, northwest sides of Owasso, real tight at this point. Tornado on the ground was just a report that just came in on this area. Again, because of the gridlock that's going on. Also, there's all the other rural roads. A lot of them are flooded, so we're probably having a lot of difficulty with that. This is the north side of Tulsa, northwest of Owasso, tracking northeast into Collinsville. We want you to take cover right now. Tornado warning in effect for your area. This circulation is, again, there's a couple of places of circulation that are very, very strong. Let's go to INX velocities real quick, and then shear, if we would. So this is the one that we're talking about right in here, just northwest sides of Owasso. Do we have our Owasso camera available to us right now to look to the northwest at all? If you can, Stephen, and try to find that, that'd be great. So tornado right here. Let's zoom in a little bit closer on this one. And this is in the city right now, North Sheridan, and that is, I'm going to get all the way at 106th Street North. So at 106th to 116th Street North, you got to take cover right now. Potential for a tornado. Mingo to Memorial. That's possible at this very moment. We're looking at it from the camera that we have right there. Lightning strikes. We do not see it at this particular moment. Looking through the cupola of the bank building up there. Can you go a little bit? That would be just, well, really, that you're in about the only place you can be. All right, let's go back to the radar, and we're going to do a storm track on that. This is tightened up at 116th. So this would be a tornado wrapped in potentially rain right in this area, and that's moving to the northeast. So if you're from Owasso to Collinsville, you can see what we have right now, 618 Collinsville. Uluga, 631. Talala, 638. Going on. And Alan, I don't see a tornado on the ground on the one that's northern Okmulgee. Is there at this point? Do you see it at this point?
It's very difficult to see.
Okay.
It may be cycling back and forth. It has been on the ground at points.
Okay. So the circulation here, North Tulsa, tornado warning for the areas of northwestern Owasso, and that area from there extending on up, and they'll be going up in Collinsville literally right now. So we need you to take cover in Collinsville. Strong, strong winds, even if there's not a tornado. We have some winds 60, 70 miles an hour. This is just a little bit ago on this shear, indicating that that was at 116th. That is moving to the northeast. So that's going right up along 69 at this time, and that'll be right into the Collinsville area shortly. And so this is an area of concern. You can see the hook back around to that. Let's widen out just a little bit if we could. So this is the one that's over Collinsville, northwestern Osage, or western portions of Owasso. And then let's look broader, if you would, Stacia, and get out to the storm also has hail and a potential for a tornado. I shouldn't say a tornado, but the hail along this core has been very significant. So we have had up to golf ball size hail or larger ping pong ball. That continues around the Sperry area. Our guys are in the Tulsa area trying to get further to the north on that. And then that's going to continue to track to the north. Then there's another storm just to the north of that we've had a tornado warning on, but that circulation feature is still going on. Tim is on that at this particular moment. Is Tim online? All right, Tim, give me a quick update from Ulaga Lake, Talala area. What do you have?
Yeah, Travis, I'm just crossing Winganon Bridge to my north. Very dark, but right here it's wide open. Nothing right here. I'm trying to drop back to the south or maybe west to pick up that Owasso storm.
Okay, yeah. Don't get too far in there. You're getting gridlock and we're in trouble. A lot of water, way too much water. You see right there. Again, we have massive water issues going on. Weber's Falls has a mandatory evacuation going on the Arkansas River, just to let you know. Also, here's the tornado from 116th Street, 106th Street, going up northwest of Owasso, and then back on to the north and to the east. So this is the track of the primary one. Yeah, Sean?
Tim Crone's on the Winganon Bridge.
Yeah, we just talked to him. Okay, thanks. So this is the circulation feature. Again, tighter in the area. Just let's go full screen for me for a minute so we can show what's going on. So this is running along Highway 75, just east of 75 on 116th Street. High probability of a tornado embedded in this, just to the west of Owasso.
Tornado is reported now.
Yeah, I mean, this is tightened up so much. There's got to be a tornado. Memorial to Sheridan, back to the north, now from 116th to 136th, and reports of a funnel cloud, but it's a tornado now on the ground going on. So this is from 75 to the north. So our guys are just caught in gridlock, so they can't be sitting right in the middle of it, which is a good thing. But if you're in here, you've got to take cover. This is moving into the Collinsville area, as we mentioned. Storm track coming in 626, 623. Now, and that is the leading edge of it. This is live, so if you're along any place from 140, really just Highway 20 back to the south to about 96th Street is to Owasso, 86th Street south. This is a whole area, strong damaging winds. Main tornado risk is right in an area that is running from 116th Street and then back on up to the northeast. This is the couplet right in here around the Memorial Drive area, Sheridan area up to 136. And do we have northeast at 25 miles an hour, so it's not moving very fast at this moment.
Needs to.
Who do you have?
Well, I'm just saying weather.
Okay, weather 11. Yeah, give me weather 11, please, if you could. Now that's up to 100, between 136, right around 136. So this is a look at that wall cloud. Yeah, it still gives us a.
Take that hashtag off.
Yeah, can we take this off? Is there a way to knock that out for a minute?
I think that's right.
Because that's you guys, can you knock that out for a second or not? Okay, thanks. All right, thanks. So this is the area that is right here. We think there's an embedded tornado right in here. We believe that is confirmation. So that is just on the northwest sides of Owasso, moving into Collinsville. At this time, you see these little white streaks. That's just rain. And so that is moving. Let's go back to radar right now. And then we have the storm down to the south. I'm going to go to you in just a moment. Back to Links 4, if we could. Circulation feature, 136th Street, back down to Sheridan to Memorial. And so we were just looking at the camera that's right down in Owasso, looking back up to the northwest. That's part of this wall cloud area. So this is a tornado right now, north side of Tulsa, running from Sheridan, Memorial, 136 up to Highway 20. And so this track, I'm going to do one more track if you could. And
of the funnel crossing over 126th Street north.
Okay,
now.
so it's right at 126 to, okay, so it's right where we, right here. And so that's moving in on Collinsville. If you're Collinsville, you got to take cover now. Owasso, northwest side of Owasso, take cover now. And you can see we could make it to Ulaga at 6:47. So tornado north side of Tulsa confirmed, moving from 126th to 136th Street. We're at Memorial and Sheridan Memorial right now. Couplet right here from 116th, 126th, and it's still tight on 136th to the north. You got to be in cover here on up. They'll be crossing Highway 20, excuse me, to the east of Highway 75 and then coming up near 69. So that's the place right there. Do you know if we have a tornado, Alan, on the ground to the south?
I don't think we do. The circulation has occluded.
Quick
as
update
far as I can
from
tell
Alan.
so far.
Let's get Alan update if we could.
All right, yeah, take a look at 3 very quickly. We'll show you where that's going to be. This is the southern storm. There you go. Still a tornado warning underway. You see Vaughn is right in front of that. He'll let us know if it's starting to produce anything again on the ground. Haskell 640, Stone Bluff 642, Coweta 655, and also Porter 658. The circulation is cycling. It's going through an occlusion process. If history keeps with this system, it will strengthen back up as it continues to move to the north and east. That's why tornado warnings do remain.
Okay, thanks, Alan. Appreciate it. And back to the north side of Tulsa, tornado warning continuing. We still have severe thunderstorms going on from Skytook back into southeastern Osage County. And then we're watching as this drifts all to the north. We have severe thunderstorms to the north as well that continue. You can see where Tim is located. It's up to Nowata at this time. And then also another severe thunderstorm that has moved over around into Craig County. Those are all going to be severe: hail, wind, heavy rain. But the tornado warning continues in effect as we look just to the northwest of Owasso at this time, moving in on Collinsville at this moment. So it's just southwest of Collinsville, about 3 miles. And that's a let's go. Which camera is that? Is that our, or what are we looking at on the?
That's Owasso.
That's the Owasso camera. Okay, so that is the wall cloud right in there. I can't see the tornado, but it could be rain wrapped in that right now because it's very tight circulation. And so that's what we see right on the north side. And that could cycle as well to where we can have a tornado, could kind of lift and end and then come back in. But it is most likely wrapped into that area that you see off on the screen. The tornado warning itself and the tornado itself would likely be, let's go full screen if you could here so I can look at that. Thanks. 6:45, what time? 6:20 right now. So we're at 136th Street North. The couplet is right in that area of 136th Street North. And then right to the, just barely to the south. That's moving to the northeast, coming up over a State Highway 20, and that is going to be running from Memorial on over to the east. And you can see how that is going to be just on the west side of Collinsville. So if you're on the west side of Collinsville right now, it's within 2 miles of you at this point. So you have to be very cautious. On the west side of Collinsville, you're about 1.5 miles away. And so the tornado warning continues to effect for that. Yep.
Going right towards the Collinsville School District. Schools are on the west side of town.
Okay, right towards the school. All right, so be near that. Yeah, and on the west side of Collinsville, we have that, and that is tracking to the north. So even if it's not a tornado, some significant wind damage will occur out of this rotating area. And so you see it at 136th Street right now, moving over to Highway 20. And then you see where that intersects just east. It's right on Memorial at this time. So it's right on the Memorial and extending just south of Highway 20 to the east into the southwest sides of Collinsville. That new update now takes it just to an area to the west of downtown Collinsville. So if you're on the west side of Collinsville, need you to take cover. And that goes to now from 131st Street to about 136th, then on up to State Highway 20. Main circulation feature right here. And potential for a tornado remains high because we haven't seen a whole lot of change in the signature of this at all. And so that is going to track, and you can see the shear, which means, and you can see how it is kind of bent like this. That's coming in across Collinsville right now. So any place from Collinsville, so if you're on the south and west sides of Collinsville, it's coming in on you right now. And then the main circulation coming across at this point through the area. So that is continuing to broaden up and come up across the region. So that's where that tornado is coming back out a little bit. Heavy rain and thunderstorms in Owasso. The one tornado warning is here. We still have strong thunderstorms from Sperry to Skytook, localized heavy rainfall, so there will be some flooding issues with that. Back to the south sides of Tulsa, you can see that we're now from Tulsa Hills, 71st Street, back into around Jinx, heavy rain, and then down around the Mounds area. We do have a couple of areas. So we have Vaughn, who's on the tornado-warned storm to the south. And does Vaughn have a quick update to the south? Real quick, Vaughn, anything you can tell us what's going on with your storm in southeastern portions, Tulsa?
Yeah, it looks like we got 2 areas of rotation now. We got one that's just to my north by about 1/2 mile, then we got one to my east now that looks like it's strengthening. It looks like maybe the one to the east is starting to take over for this one to the west, Travis, but this one to the west still has some pretty good rotation with it. So this was going to be moving maybe in the general direction of Haskell, Porter, in that general area. So we're going to keep watching it.
All right, so we have two two potentials coming up near south of Haskell. You can see the circulation feature here, and then the one that Vaughn is on right in here. So that we have tornado warnings still in effect for that area, not for the one that's south of Haskell yet. That could change. You can see what's happening with this pendant hanging out, rotating, and this is the backside over here occluding. Back to the north of Wasso to the storm there, and then Alan, I'll have you do a storm track on the south one again if you could. So these are the areas that we have with the heavy rain, thunderstorms, tornado warning northwest of Owasso, moving in on Collinsville at this very moment. From Collinsville extending to the north, still a tornado warned area for you. The tighter couplet at this moment is still just right over the city at this moment. So you can see the rotation coming in on the city. Not a guaranteed tornado, hopefully, praying it's not. But that's coming right across your area in Collinsville as we speak. And so the strongest winds, we'll have some winds 70, 80 miles an hour possible. Large hail on the north side of the storm at this moment. And you can see some of our video coming in of what's going on with that. And so the hail is just on the northwest side. So now we're at 146, Highway 20. Now we're moving on up across the Collinsville area, 156th Street North. So this is the rotating area. And let's do a quick storm track, and then we'll try to get a storm track from Allen on the south side. So this is the circulation feature over Collinsville. Should be a tornado, could be a tornado right in Collinsville. Cannot confirm that it is. And we're looking, trying to make sure we can get some confirmation. Too much rain, yeah, it's rain wrapped around that. Okay, thanks, Stephen. So this is tracking to the north. Stacia has it for us. Collinsville now. Oologah, you're up at 648 if this will continue. These are cycling a little bit, but that gives you a perspective of what's going on in Collinsville. You need to be in cover right now. So this is going right over the city of Collinsville, moving to the northeast, and continuing to track now to the northeast sides of Collinsville. Widen up if you could once, and we'll do a quick view, big view, so everybody knows what's going on. And we'll get so here we have multiple severe thunderstorm warnings to go from up in Craig County back through Tulsa County. We have a tornado warning in North Tulsa County. We have a severe thunderstorm now for Glenpool and for eastern portions of Creek County that's just blown up. JD hopefully is looking at that one. And then we have Sky News 6, which is right underneath that, and then the storm that's near Haskell, and that's the one that right now we're going to get a storm track on. So if you're in Collinsville to the north, take cover. Also, do we have a circulation feature to the east? Let's find out what Alan has. Al?
Okay, and Vaughn, hello, yep.
Oh, his microphone,
Yep.
do we have it?
There it is.
There
Yeah,
it is.
we'll
Okay.
just take a look at three just very quickly here. Vaughn is right with those two circulations. There's one that is still somewhat prominent, just maybe near or just northeast of Bald Hill, and then another one that's trying to develop just south of Haskell. So we're still going to have that tornado warning for this entire cell moving northeast at 30, maybe 35 miles per hour. Slow down just a little bit. Haskell 637, right now 625. Stone Bluff at 639, Coweta at 651. Again, this is continuing to go through a cycling phase, and this is going to probably change its shape just a little bit. There's still a large hail and some of those downdrafts. Vaughn is in front of that. He's going to try to reposition, and again, this is going to change a little bit. So heads up around north and east of Bald Hill, Haskell area, Stone Bluff, Porter. You guys watch that storm. No confirmation, at least at this point, that it's still on the ground, but it has been off and on that way this afternoon, almost this morning.
Okay, and we want to go into Collinsville right now and take a look at what's going on with that. We have who's on the line right now? Okay, Stevenson.
Not yet.
You are? Okay. So the tornado warning continues. This is now through Collinsville to the northeast. So we're at 166th Street North. So if you're in this area, that's tracking to the northeast now, headed toward Oologah. Stacia has 643 for Oologah. Talala at 653. We're going to be talking to Paul Stevenson hopefully here in a minute, see what happened in Collinsville as that came through. The storm track still, though, with strong damaging wind potential. Circulation feature, can you try INX and see what we have with the velocity? So they're still basically the same. The couplet's still right there. And so this is a kind of, it's not super tight, which is really good. The bad thing is there's a much wider, broader chance of circulation. And Paul is? He's been up in the Wasso area. Okay, so he's there. Okay, hey, Paul, quick update from Collinsville as it was coming through. What do you have?
Hey, Travis, I'm at 146th Street North and Highway 169 right now. About a minute and a half ago, that rotating wall cloud passed just to the north of here and right over the main part of Collinsville. As it was passing on the
east side of Collinsville, the rain curtain began to wrap around that wall cloud. It is now completely wrapped in rain. So if you are trying to look for this tornado or this potential tornado, you aren't going to see it. It is wrapped in rain at this time, and it is pushed off to the northeast. It's probably in the area of about 166, maybe just north of there right now. So very dangerous storm. And back to you, Travis.
All right, and so you don't have any damage to report, though, at this time?
Have not seen any. We're just now coming back into town, so we're going to drive through the area that it passed over, and we're going to take a look and see what's going on up here, Travis.
All right, thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. 166th Street North. So far, he doesn't see anything, but still, strong winds, potential tornado warning still continues. They're still wrapped up right in this zone, so be advised for that. We also have a couple other cells that are showing up. This is looking to be still a strong circulation to the north side. We have another circulation feature to the north where Tim is located, and this has been a tornado warned area, but we have yet to have any confirmation. Tim, if you can, give me a quick update on what you're seeing, because that cell near Ulaga has been rotating, but don't see too much coming out of it right now. Can you give me some shear on that, Stacia, and take a look at that? Tim, what do you have?
Well, Travis, I'm just coming out of the south east side of it now. I'm trying to get a little better visibility. I'm completely covered in rain right now, but there's a little clearing to my south. I'm going to get on the east side and see if I can get a better angle at it.
All right, so you should come in on that pretty well just here in a moment. So that is a continuation of the tornado warning back to the north from this cell. So he's going to intercept that near Ulaga. So that's headed up toward the Ulaga area. It's a little bit tighter circulation, 166th Street and 410 Road, right in there. So that's still the same thing, still rotating, potentially putting down a small tornado at any given time. And then also, you can see some of the strongest winds associated with that, and the sheer highest just on the 166th Street North. Back to the west, Skytook, we're still watching what's going on there. We have a severe thunderstorm warning for you guys. So the tornado warning is from Collinsville to the north to Ulaga. Skytook has a heavy to severe thunderstorm right now along Highway 20. Back to the south-southwest, there's another storm that's very strong. And let's go back down, across southern Tulsa right now. Heavy rain, thunderstorms redeveloping here. We also are now just southwest of Glenpool, and then from Kiefer, heavy rains in this area. Let's look at our own velocities and coming on in a little bit to see what we have. No significant rotation at this particular moment that is showing up at this particular time. This is a severe thunderstorm coming in on the southwest sides of Tulsa. Kiefer, Sapulpa, heavy rain potential. See if any hail is available, would you? And see what we have coming out of that. There's just one core of hail, looks like, near Kiefer area, moving on up to the northeast. So this is a severe warned storm for the southwest sides of Tulsa, but we have to watch anything blowing up here. Back to the southeast, this is a storm that's had tornadoes. Let's go and talk to Alan, who has an update on that. Alan, what do you have?
Tornado warning continues 645, but the circulations are cycling, they're occluding. So here's what I've done, because there might be a new one trying to develop just slightly east of the one that's north of Bald Hill. I'm tracking that entire area there that would move north and east. So that puts Haskell at 632, Stone Bluff 641, Porter 645, and Coweta at 655. Again, the circulation is trying to recycle a little bit. We've got Vaughn that is still very close to that storm cell, and he's going to let us know if it's continuing to do anything right now. We don't have any confirmation of a tornado on the ground, but that storm is trying to cycle, so more than likely the velocities will come right back up.
All right, thank you, Alan. Appreciate that. And so a tornado warning continues in effect for northern Tulsa. We have heavy thunderstorms, severe thunderstorms, Sapulpa extending back down to Glenpool, and then that extends back down to just south of Sapulpa. That's going to come up over the city. We already have heavy rains along 61st to 71st Street for a severe storm here. And then we have the other storm Alan's talking about, and then another stronger storm to the north with a tornado warning still in effect. Tim's getting closer to seeing something there. This is the thunderstorm, and you kind of see what's going on just northeast of Collinsville, southwest of Ulaga. Sean? Sirens are going off in Tulsa? Okay, all right. We'll find out the reason in just a moment. We do have a severe thunderstorm. I don't know if anything else going on. So if you hear sirens in Tulsa, we're looking to see if that's flooding. Yeah, that would be probably about the only thing. So here's the circulation feature, 410 Road, and you can see where it intersects. Can we go full screen on this for a minute, please? Thanks. So 4050 Road. And so the circulation now far northeast Tulsa County, southeast Washington County, and as it moves into western portions of Rogers County at 400 Road, you see 400, 410, 4050 road. Circulation is the strongest right in the zone, right at the county lines intersections here. They don't all meet perfectly. Washington County, Tulsa County, and then Wagner County. If you're in the county right in that area, please be very careful. Move to a place of safety. This is still a tornado warning storm. Tim is just to his west. Tim, can you give me an update? What do you have? Can you see anything out there?
Yeah, Travis. Just to my southwest, I'm seeing a definite lowering. It's hard to tell with the trees right now, but it appears to be a wall cloud. I can't see any defined circulation yet, but it is definitely moving to the northeast, and I'm trying to get a better shot of it. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Appreciate that. So again, that's we've had just a couple, one or two reports of a tornado associated with that tornado warning. Still, it's a very intense situation for the folks up to the northeast. We understand that. We'll try to stay with you on that. Also, heavy rain and thunderstorms continue to move across the areas of southern Tulsa at this time. We believe flood warning has been issued around the Tulsa area. The tornado warning, though, continues. Now we have a new one for Craig and Ottawa counties along that leading edge because they're just rotating and continuing to cause some problems for us. So this is the areas to the north. And you see the heavy thunderstorms around Tulsa. Sky starting to see a little bit of a circulation feature. Heavy rains at Ramona. Back to the northeast now. We have a storm that is rotating, and this one is picking up some steam at this point. So we have a new tornado warning from Centralia. That extends from Craig County back to the north and east and just southwest of Blue Jacket. So here's the circulation feature associated with that, and it's tightening up as we look at it from Estella. And that is going to be tracking to the north and east. That's along Highway 60. So they're just going all over the place at this point. And we showed you a big picture of that just a while ago. So we have storms in northeast of Tulsa, Oologah down to Owasso. Then we have them in the central Tulsa and south Tulsa. And we have tornado warnings. In fact, stay right at this point. That'd be awesome. Thanks, Stacia. So we have a tornado warning in Craig County up just northwest of Anita near Estella. Then we have our tornado warning where Tim is on that extends from north of Collinsville and then up to Oologah and to just southeast of Talala. We have the other tornado warning where Vaughn is located that Alan's watching. We have Sky News 6 in that area. And we need to go to Sky News 6 and find out a little bit, too, about what's going on. And next time we're going down south here, we'll do that. So these are the main severe thunderstorms at this time. So, and we also have the potential for some flooding. Let's start back down to the southwest just a little bit. And this is a storm over Glenpool. We're going to look at that and then move to the east. Alan, I'll have you do another storm track on that tornado warning storm. Looking for any circulation features. JD is on that storm right now. JD, I'm going to go to you real quick if you're available. Is he available? Okay, JD, quick update.
Travis.
Give me an update on those storms moving from Mounds to Kiefer to Glenpool, would you?
Yeah, I'm coming up 75 right now. I do see a little bit of a low, just kind of a scud. It's not attached to the base or anything like that. Other than that, it doesn't really look too organized. I don't see any wall clouds or any areas of rotation. So we're just going to keep tracking this thing north and east. Back to you, Travis.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it. The other storm we're watching is just off to the east. That's the one Alan's covering and has had tornadoes continuously. Vaughn's in that area. Let's go to Alan with an update. Alan, what do you have?
I do not see any kind of significant tightening circulation at this point. It may try to cycle up and do that. What I do see is extremely heavy rainfall and also hail. These storms have been prolific hail producers on the downdraft, so that's just about 2 miles to 3 miles south of Redbird, maybe about 2 to 3 miles north and east of Haskell. So just to be prudent, because these things might change their cycling of their rotation. I've actually tracked that entire backside of that storm, so all in here. We still encourage you to take your tornado precaution. Porter 637, Wagner at 658. Vaughn is right in that area where it's been kind of persistent. If he sees anything, he's going to let us know. In fact, maybe we could talk to Vaughn. Let's take him right now. Put that shot up. Vaughn, what are you seeing with this thing? It sure looks like that the circulation has been cycling off and on, and it looks like it might be trying to do something again, at least maybe a low-hanging funnel at this point.
Yeah, it's tightening up. It's tightening. It's just east of Haskell, like you said, but it is tightening up. A lot of upward motion right now with it. And actually, right now, as we're talking, it looks like it's kind of lifting up. Base is lifting a little bit. Kind of strange, but yeah, it's definitely tightening up right now in its cycle. But hopefully, this road is not closed. This is notorious for closing. This road closing. So we're gonna get back up here in front of it. Give you a report, Alan. Back to you.
Okay, so Vaughn, I know you've been tracking that for the last 15, 20, 25 minutes. So far, at this point, no tornado in the last 10 to 15 minutes that you're aware of?
No, but it's actually getting lower right here to my north. and it's tightened up a whole lot now. It's really not down. It just puts down some little funnel pretty quickly.
Okay. All right, Vaughn.
Winds are very, very strong right now. Very strong.
All right. Keep us posted, Travis.
All right, thanks. And let's go back up to the north side. We have tornado warning still in effect to the north as well. Severe thunderstorm down at Glenpool, heavy thunderstorms in the metro area. Hail, some wind from Glenpool, central Tulsa County to the southwest. Tornado warning now in effect still for the areas near Oologah. Tim's just to the east of the circulation feature. Tim, give me a quick update on what's going on now. It looks like we're situated just to the west of Oologah at this moment, and you're near 410 Road. And it looks like you can, what do you have, first of all? Tim, update. He dropped. Try to get him back as fast as you can, if you would. Tornado is that is tightened up really tight right now. Getting a little bit more concerned of a possible tornado on this, and so this is something that is pretty tight. So this is now just to the west of Oologah. Tim is in a good place to be able to see this. So does he have his video up? Do we? We don't have any video on him.
Tim's video is down right now.
Okay. All right. So from Oologah, it is only 3 miles to your west at this moment. And so the circulation feature, 4070 Road, 400 Road, and 390 Road. So it's tight circulation. I would say it might not be a tornado, but it's awful close. It's tightened up considerably in this area. Then station's getting storm track for us. Over Oologah right now, basically, Oologah Lake, it'll come up over Oologah Lake. Looks like it'll stay just to the southeast of Talala, and that will continue to extend. Talala, you're just barely going to get clipped by that. I shouldn't say it's going to stay northeast of you, or northwest of you. From Talala to the southeast, be ready to cover. If you're in Oologah, we want you to take cover. There's a chance that this is tightened up considerably, and if it is a tornado, you're going to get some wind damage, potentially strong damaging winds with this, so just be prepared. So from 400 to 390 Road, that's where the circulation is right now. Station's got the storm tracks at 643, 652, and then over the lake. So that's right here. If you're near Oologah, around Oologah to the northwest. Do I have Timmy yet? Huh? He is. Tim, can you give me a confirmation of what's going on just to your northwest?
Yeah, Travis, there's violent updraft. There's a very massive wall cloud with a big mezzo on it, but I do see nothing on the ground at this point. I'm going to try to turn back to the northwest just a little bit because there's violent updrafts just to my north and west. Like, it's just off the shot there, but I'm going to try to get back with you. And if I see anything, I'll let you know.
All right, yeah, because that's wrapped up tight, so it should be a big mezzo going on right there. And so there's a possible tornado. So the good news is, doesn't look like it. Got a bird's eye view of that. So that's welcome news right in here. But the circulation feature is going strong. 400 to 390 Road right now. And Tim, here's Oologah, and then schools on the north side. So this is just going to be tracking just to the north of the school, it looks like, or near the school. But it is a tight circulation. And so a tornado could happen out of this at any given moment. That's why we're going to watch that one. Also, still watching down to the south and around the whole area, but tornado warning around Oologah. Just be careful, Oologah to Talala, heavy rain, thunderstorm activity here. That is moving to the northeast, and then tornado warning continues to the north of that. We could have a tornado just south of Centralia right now. So this is a tornado warned storm. So east-southeast of Centralia, tightened up with the possibility. That'd be at 170 Road, and that's where it intersects. Let's see, that'd be about 5 miles east-southeast of Centralia, and so that'd be east 170 Road. Could you zoom back in just for a moment on that? I'm going to get some country roads there. South 4340 Road, 4320 Road, east 170 Road, east 160 Road, and east 150 Road, and then where it intersects with 4340 and 4350. I want you guys in that area. You need to be taking tornado precautions or keep your eye on the sky, because that is definitely a potential there. We do have at this time, okay, I got a good shot. Who's that shot from? Was that Oologah? Was that from on the top left? Was that, who was that? Was that Tim? Okay, it is Tim. So that is one of the storms that is really strong right in there. And so the storm track right now will take the northeast tornado warning we have that's in Craig County, east of Centralia, back up toward the Welch area, toward Blue Jacket. Tight rotation in there, potential for a tornado right now in this area. Tight rotation for a possible tornado. We also have, okay, let's go back down south. So this is a tornado possibility there. Also, Sky News 6 should be able to see this. Let's get them in a position where they can see it. Vaughn's got a tornado possibly. Vaughn, go ahead, go.
Quick spin up right here in the Chaska Bottoms, just west of Porter.
Alan?
Coming up on 51B
Steve.
right now. We had a quick spin up right there at the well, end up building a shot. I'm going to stop and get a shot of it.
See it?
But this thing is definitely wrapping up right now, Travis. West of Porter on 51B.
All right, thanks. Let's go to Osage Schedule 6 and Dustin. Dustin, give me a quick update on what you have up there, would you? Well, looks like you're on the move right now. What do you have for us?
That's right, Travis. We are just south of Haskell trying to get back up in position. Had to stop for some fuel, but we're going to try and get back over on the east side up on between Porter and Wagner and see if we can catch up with this.
Okay, all right. Let's go to Ellen with a quick storm track. Al.
Yeah, okay, on 3, that's the storm that Vaughn was just talking about, that brief tornado trying to develop right there. He's just east of, or just west of Porter, pardon me, north and east of Haskell and south of Coweta. So that's the tornado warning that still continues. That storm is cycling, also extremely large hail about 3 miles north of Porter. So Haskell 644, Coweta, we're going to put you in this track as well, 652. Take some precautions. Porter at 653. So again, that's going to be around Redbird, maybe north and east of Haskell, slightly to the west of Porter, and then slightly south and southeast of the Coweta area. So we can see Vaughn shot there. You had a brief funnel back and forth. It's kind of lifted, and it looks like it's going to cycle again a little bit there.
Yeah, it does. All right, let's go back to the north again. So this is the big, broad picture of what's going on. Tulsa, heavy thunderstorms. We have thunderstorms to the south. We have thunderstorms that are continuing to show up around the Oologah area. Very tight circulation coming up across north sides of Oologah. Tim is right there. Is Tim online? Do you see him on the line, Michael? He is. Okay, Tim, I want to talk to you again. What do you have? What does it look like to you? It looked pretty impressive just a few moments ago.
Yeah, it did, Travis. Looks like it's trying to occlude a little bit, maybe trying to cycle up a little bit. I'm directly under the mezzo, and I see nothing hanging down yet. It did pull up. There was a small funnel, but nothing on the ground. Confirmed nothing on the ground at this point, but I'm going to try to stay right under this mezzo. Okay,
so these storms are also prolific hail makers, so that's an issue going on right now. Up to the north around Nowata at this hour, we're getting, had Pascal give us information that we have golf ball size hail up into that area around Nowata. It doesn't even look like it, but it is right up in there. Also, Centralia, tornado. I think we have a tornado still southeast of Centralia. We have a strong thunderstorm that's wrapped up right now from east-southeast of Centralia. And this is, again, a likely tornado in the ranch land in this area. So if you're in this area, tornado precautions need to be made at this point. Do we have INX velocities showing up, please? Right, okay, that was, okay. So here's the circulation right here, pretty tight at this moment. Couplet is very tight. This is moving to the northeast. I'll have you do a storm track if you could. Could you zoom in just close enough to get, okay. On the storm track, stations getting going on, or having at this moment, east of Centralia. If you're in this area, Welch, you are under the gun for potential for a tornado. Right now, main circulation, 140 to 150 road, where it intersects with 4370 road. If you're in the ranch land right up there, you got to be taking cover. There's a good chance that that's a tornado. And if it isn't, it's awful close. That is moving to the northeast. Welch at 657. Chitopa into Kansas at a 711. Tight rotation in that area. East 150 road. If you could zoom back out for a moment and give a perspective of some of the streets, and let's go full screen for a moment so I can give a little bit better perspective for folks. This is a severe thunderstorm warning cluster. This is a tornado warning for right here to the north. Let's widen out again so I can see to the northeast if you could along this leading edge. And so this will be, Welch is here at 657 as you see, Chitopa at 711, and that will continue then into the Kansas area. That's Craig County, so that's going to be north of Veneta. All right, let's go back down to the Tulsa area and get a look at what's happening. Jinx graduation, by the way, is going on right now, so a lot of folks are worried about that. Bird Creek is at 56th Street now. It's over at 169?
56 north.
Oh, man.
Over 169.
All right. So in the Tulsa area, Tim's watching what's going on up here, and I'm going to explain what's going on with the flooding in just a minute. We have so much news. It's just unbelievable. Tornado warning, though, is just to the north from around where Tim is located. We've had a tornado warning. And then down to the south, heavy thunderstorms.
They're telling me Jinx graduation was canceled.
They did cancel Jinx graduation?
That's what I'm hearing.
Okay. All right. Good. Or bad. I mean, it's unbelievable what we have to do. It's unbelievable. So Jinx, what I was saying was Jinx graduation going on. Jinx graduation apparently is canceled according to what we have. The second time they've tried to move it.
They postponed it from Monday to tonight.
All right. So back into Tulsa here, heavy thunderstorms all around the area. So we do have at this time getting a little concerned kind of in the Glenpool area just a tad bit here. We have heavy rain, thunderstorms. Circulation feature could be trying to develop northwest, a little bit of Glenpool. JD's on that right now. JD, if you can you give me a quick update on what's going on, JD? JD, you there? Okay, hang on one second. He's, go ahead, JD, go.
Travis.
Go. JD, you there?
If there's any rotation, it would be very broad right now from 67 to 75. So far, so good right now.
All right, good stuff. So South Tulsa, severe thunderstorm warning right now. So JD's in an area, heavy rains. This is all moving north across the area. Jinx, Creek Turnpike near Jinx, heavy rain, some hail coming in now. Looks like around Woodland Hills Mall to the south. Localized flooding is going to be a possibility in some of this area. We mentioned, and if we could, Station, would you go to the north just a little bit? And we're going to look at 169 just south of Owasso, Bird Creek, and let's go north just a tad. Yeah, you're almost there. If you can come just a little bit. There you go. Thank you. So right from here, here's Bird Creek. Bird Creek now is going over 169. That's not obviously very good. That's a really bad deal. What we're looking at here is that if the water is going to go over, there's a pretty good chance that they could close 169 to Owasso. Because it's just going to get a little bit too dangerous because that's too much water coming down, and then it's all kinds of things come into play from engineering and bridges, and obviously the initial thing is the emergency of just making sure nobody gets in trouble on the bridge and gets flooded out. So right now this is way out of its banks. This is all that flooding that came from Avant, Skytook, and is now down in our area. So this is and it's obviously more rain coming across the region. So 169 is not closed, I don't think, at this time. But, hey, Sean, it's not closed? It's backed up for miles. Oh, boy. Going northbound only? Southbound's okay?
Southbound's fine.
Okay. Northbound is just bogged way, way down. And so that's what we're looking at. So the storms coming up across the Tulsa area, severe thunderstorms back to the north if we could, and back to the severe storm. Then, Ellen, I'm going to have you update us on this storm down south. Tim's on the storm. That looks like it's lifting up further to the north and to the east. But Tim, if you can, around the Oologah area, give me another update on what you have, would you?
Yeah, Travis, this thing has lost all identity right now. I am trying to watch somewhat of a lowering to my east, but it's lost all its identity and it's lifting northeast. I'm going to try to drop east towards Claremore and see if I can pick up the backside of it.
Okay. Thanks. I have to make another change. Jinx graduation is on at 7 p.m. It is on. It's not canceled. Dear heaven. Okay. So if we told anybody and they take off their graduation gown, I'm going to feel really bad. So I'm just going to tell you. But I'm going to take you down with me. We just say. All right. We have a severe thunderstorm right now continuing. Centralia, and with this severe thunderstorm, tornado warning continuing in effect for this storm. The tornado warning that was in effect around Oologah has been dropped. And tornado sirens going off in Glenpool at this time? Oh. Okay. Well, we got JD there, but anyway, quick look near Centralia, back to the northeast. Can you widen out just a little bit? Here's Welch, and then you see Blue Jacket. This is coming in on Welch. Tornado warning, take cover, Welch. Any place along Highway 60, any place up in this area, take cover right now. We have strong winds right now. Is that a Wasso camera that's showing that's showing the backlog or backup. All right, let's, so you see the strong winds. This is Blue Jacket to Welch. East of Centralia, tornado warning. That's still wrapped up with strong damaging winds. That's a big rotating area. Let's go back, if we can right now, and go back to the south and west for a minute. And we're looking now over the Tulsa area. And we have sirens going off. And JD, can you give me an update on why sirens are going off in Glenpool right now?
Well, we do have a lower area here. This is just to the east side of 75 and just north of 67 here. We're sitting here watching this thing. You got in my shot. And as we pulled in here and got situated to film this thing, the tornado sirens started going off. And so that is from Glenpool. Glenpool sirens are sounding. I do not see a tornado on the ground, just a little bit of a lowered area there, and just a ragtag wall cloud, Travis. Back to you.
All right, appreciate it. So again, if you're here, sirens right now. in the Glenpool area. Just be advised, velocity data does not indicate it's just a strong storm going up across South Tulsa right now. And then also back to the south and east, we got to go to Alan. Wait a minute, what do you have?
Okay, Bob has a wall cloud.
Bob? Okay, Bob, let's go to Bob right now. That's coming up over Jinx at this time. And then ORU, where the Jinx graduation is supposed to go on at 7 o'clock, which is going to be starting in about 6 or 7, 8 minutes. Bob, give me a quick update. What do you have right now?
Yeah, Travis, I've got a pretty good lowering, looks like a pretty good wall cloud developing. It's crossing the Creek Turnpike. I'm sitting at the exit to Memorial looking westbound, and it's not real intense at this point.
Okay, all right. So you don't, the structure looks okay, but you don't see a whole lot of rotation with that?
Right now it's kind of a slow rotation, nothing real big at this moment.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it, Bob. And so that's over Tulsa right now. Bob's looking back right into that, right near the Jinx area, and that's where we're going to watch that. So that, I mean, it's still, this is coming up and across the area, so we could have a spin up here just as easy as anything. The rotation is not that grand, so that's good. And that's from really from the Creek Turnpike, ORU, Creek Turnpike, back to the south to around 131st Street. The worst of it would be over Jinx right now, right over the Jinx camera, in fact, imagine right at this point. All right, go to the Jinx cam, would you? And we'll take a look at that since it's right over our area. So that's expanding now to the east. So this is okay. Yeah, it looks good. Or bad, whatever. Of course, the Arkansas River looks bad. Storms look bad. Getting negative. This is what's going on right now. So there is a lowered area here. It is not seemingly rotating very fast, though. The storm continues to track right over Tulsa. So we're going to watch that real close because that is off the ground, not too far. Hey, and stay in with Bob if you would to make sure that we, if anything changes in JD as that tracks up across the area. So that's a big concern for some folks, but this will be going past ORU in just a little bit. You can see the river is flooding at this time. Sandbagging operations have been going on in Bixby, and we've got to get to that eventually here down the south. Okay, and it's about ready to get covered in rain. Looks like the rain's going to take over, so that's going to be probably one of the last shots we get. Let's go back to radar real quick, and that's a storm right now from where Bob is located. This is the area that has the lowered wall cloud, and then down to the southeast, big picture. To the southeast, and this is a storm that Vaughn and Alan have been watching, the tornado warning storm. What do you have, Al?
Yeah, Travis, I don't see any significant circulation with it. It keeps going through a cycling process, kind of changes back and forth, maybe every 15, 20 minutes. It tries to get a little better organized. At this point, that circulation is down slightly, but remember, we're still in an environment that could cause this to continue to spin. So first up, Vaughn is still with that storm. He'll be traveling right along it, trying to get back ahead of that soon. It's moving northeast at 30 to 40 miles per hour. I did put the track on it for Porter at 701, Wagner at 702, and Shoto at 729. Your weather radios, your phones, those are probably triggering right now for southern Mays, central Wagner, and northwestern Cherokee because that's where the polygon is extending right now. So that's a tornado warning that will go until 7:30. You can check with Vaughn, but at this point there might be a wall cloud or a funnel, but I don't have any indication of a tornado on the ground.
Okay, we do have a tornado on the ground, blue jacket up to the north. Tornado on the ground, blue jacket at this time. That's the tornado that we said take cover. This is the area just southwest of Welch. Tornado in blue jacket. So again, if you're in this area from blue jacket or near blue jacket, just on the west sides, this is moving on up toward the Welch area. So a tornado warning. This is Craig County, well northeast of Tulsa, up around Veneta. Tornado on the ground just confirmed in that area. Locust Grove.
Sirens are going off in Locust Grove.
In Locust Grove. Sirens going off there too. Okay. We'll talk about that in a second. That would be for the storm that Alan was talking about, right, Al? For Locust Grove, is that making it all the way up there, the tornado warning? All right, so we're really concerned right now since we have a confirmed tornado on the ground right here. We'll talk to Bob in a second about what's coming through Tulsa, but this is a tornado warning right now for Blue Jacket, from Blue Jacket to Welch. Take your tornado precautions, move to a place of safety. Here's some of the list of the communities that are involved in that right now. To the Miami area, Commerce, Pitcher, Quapaw. That's all coming up. We're coming up on 7 o'clock right now. So again, very dangerous storm, tornado, likely. 99.9% sure, since that was a report just a little bit ago of a tornado near Blue Jacket coming up across the area. So that's the area for the tornado. And could you zoom out real quick on that? And that's Tulsa with the heavy rain, thunderstorms. And Okay, here's the circulation feature, the hook, and that's coming up across the areas. It'll go on up through northeastern Craig County. All right, back into Tulsa for a quick look at what's going on, and let's go to into Tulsa. We still have this going on. This is still a circulation feature. Don't like to see that at all. Bob's right on it. Bob, can you give me an update on what's going on with this? Bob, if you can. What
Travis,
do you have?
hey, I've got a rapidly rotating wall cloud. I'm at 91st of Memorial. It looks like it's starting to put down directly to my west.
Okay. Can you...
Big funnel. Big funnel.
JD, you've got it?
Yeah, I'm on 67, turning north on 64, looking north. I have a big funnel, very large funnel. Can't tell if it's on the ground, but it's very low. People need to take their precautions.
All right, let's go back and wait till JD turns onto Memorial right now. So let's go back to middle radar.
What's your road?
Here it is. It's wrapping up right now. Doggone it. Right over Tulsa. And so this is right now tornado warning. We're going to go ahead and issue a potential tornado warning right in central Tulsa. This is wrapping up, and I know we like to wait for the National Weather Service to issue something, but there is a chance that this could become a tornado warning. So this is not on the ground at this point, but it is awful low on the ground. So I'm going to say just take the precautions. JD sees it. Trust his judgment on that one. This is a very high probability that we're going to have strong damaging winds right in here. This wrapped up quickly. Bob's right under it at this moment. JD, I don't know if you can give me a shot.
I have a secondary rotation a little bit south of me.
Okay. Power out at 91st and Yale. Okay. And so this is JD's. JD, give me a little bit more. Well, what am I looking at here? Because I know I'm going across the Arkansas River Bridge right now. And is that, how lowered is that? Because I don't want to scare everybody to death here in center Tulsa. What does that look like?
Travis, wait till we get on the bridge. You're going to get a bird's eye view of it.
Okay, right there. All right.
Okay, Travis, it's looking a little bit more disorganized now. Do not see a funnel at all. Good news right here from the Arkansas River Bridge on 64.
Don't like scaring people in Tulsa, but I do want you to be advised that still is wrapped up really tight right in there. So just be aware of what's going on. So we're down here at about 131st, and then that extends back into central Tulsa. Let's go back to radar so I can show you. So this is wrapping up on itself right now, and so this is going to be a little bit more of a possibility right in here. Bob, I know you're kind of underneath it. We have JD to the south. Bob, what do you have since you're almost right on it at this moment?
Yeah, it still looks to be a fairly broad rotation, but it looks to be intensifying. Lightning's picked up. I'm going to try and swing around here and show you what we've got. It looks to be coming down to about 81st Street area right now. You should have a view of what I'm seeing right about now.
Okay, we do see it right now, so it's coming in. So you got a rain curtain associated with it. So this is the rain-free cloud base right here where there's the updraft coming in. The rain is wrapping around the back side of it as we speak. So this is what we're watching. So there's nothing on the ground at this moment. So I'm sorry if I scared anybody half to death there, but it's still, we're going to have to watch what's going on. Let's go back to radar for a minute. So this is wrapped up right in here, and this is going on from the Creek Turnpike back on up to 81st to 71st Street. Not a tight, it's not real tight at this moment, but it is tight enough that it is, I think that we're in a zone from now 81st to 76, and that runs now from, we'll say from about Harvard to, let's go all the way to the east to 169. So if you're in this zone, we want you to be very, very careful. And I mentioned tornado warning too fast. That's why I hate saying anything until we have an official confirmation. So I'm going to retract that one too. But we do have a severe thunderstorm capable of strong damaging winds, excessively heavy rainfall going right across Woodland Hills Mall area. And then you can see the lowered cloud bases off on the left side of the screen. Still strong circulation feature going on right in here where Bob is, and that is tracking right across the city at this moment. And so if you're around Woodland Hills Mall to the north, just know that that's happening right in your zone. So we're going to watch this real close with what's happening here and storm track over the city. And you can see, and we're just kind of pointing out some of the bigger obvious things. And yeah, to the right, Stacia, if you could move that to the right, it's clipping it just a little bit. That'd be great. Thanks. To T2? T2, please. So that's right now, that is wrapped up on 71st Street. Okay. All right, so this is looking right into it at this moment. So we've got our cameras set up just to look at it. No significant, strong circulation feature, lowered cloud base right here with basically a wall cloud. This is rain wrapping back up around it, so it is circulating. So we do have what we call a mezzo right over the city at this moment. And so this is where we could see it with a lowered cloud base. We'll be watching for any spin up in this area. Guys, is Bob still out of the rain? Is he doing okay? He's in the rain. He is in the rain, so he won't be able to see it very well. All right. So we'll just have to watch that. This is over centered portions of Tulsa. We are going. Alan, is there anything we need to worry about the south storm?
Not right now. It
Can
looks
you look
like
up
it's still
to the Craig County storm, if you would, and see if you can get something going on that, because we don't want to leave those folks. This is over the city of Tulsa right now, just north of Woodland Hills Mall. Let's go back to radar for a moment and show you the circulation feature. So it is a little tighter from about 71st up to around, so we'll say it's just south of 51st. So this is what we're looking at right in here when we're looking at the camera. So the rotation area is just on the north side, and so that's wrapping around. These are coming in on the west wind, some hail with that. This is wrapping in from the west northwest. Bob should be getting some strong winds, some hail with that, and so that's coming in right now across this area. We'll have JD just to the south a little bit more. So these will probably be about 60-mile-an-hour winds or more on this coming up across here. So we're going to track that right across town. So if you're around the areas from, well, we'll just say Memorial all the way over to Olive now, that this will be moving up in your area. Anything that you see in black has a chance of being some significant size hail. So that goes up 51st, and you can see that's all the way almost to County Line Road now. We're getting further to the east, and we're going up right now along pretty much, I'll just say across the county line, and so we're in the northwest sides of Broken Arrow. So that is the extension of the heavy rain thunderstorms. This is where it had wrapped up a little bit. We still have another extension back further to the south over Jinx. Oh my goodness. So the strongest wind flow coming over. And Bob, did he get any strong winds? Bob? Hey Bob, how strong are your winds when that came through? Bob, are you there? Okay, 61st Memorial. Right,
It'll be about 35.
About 35, that's it? Okay. I'm not depressed about it, I'm happy, but it looked like it should be a lot more than that. There is rapid rotation around 61st and more. Huh? Sheer, okay. Let's, so that is still concerning across the city in case something would spin up right now. So northeast of Woodland Hills Mall, it's still popped up. And Alan, we're going to watch this. Okay, so we're at 61st. And so this is Memorial to 169, circulation 61st and Memorial area, rapid rotation, just got a report from a meteorologist of that, moving to the northeast. So here, that's right at the apex right here. So we're going to watch what's happening from 51st, 61st, and now at 169, moving to the northeast. So that's going to be rapidly moving northeast, and we'll have to see. But we have another tornado warning to the north and to the northeast of Tulsa, and so this is going to take a bigger view of what's going on. This is a big Tulsa thunderstorm at this time, and then further to the north and to the northeast is where the heavier thunderstorms are located that Alan's going to give us a look at what's going on up around Welch. Alan?
Yeah, very strong circulation here, near slightly south-southwest of Welch, slightly north-north of Blue Jacket, moving northeast 35, 40 miles per hour. That's a tornado warning that's underway. Welch, you need to be in your tornado precautions, your shelter right now, away from walls and windows, interior-most room there. North Miami and the Ottawa County area 722, Commerce at 23, Pitcher at 729, and Quapaw at 730. So again, this would be for northeastern Craig County and the northwestern Ottawa County vicinity. This is a tornado warning. The warning will be moving on here through the tornado warning process until at least 7:45. So again, this entire area, let me kind of zoom in here, around Blue Jacket to Welch, that entire area is rotating. The entire area, that's the actual mesocyclone, and that will continue to move to the north and east. The potential is there for this to produce a tornado. Tornado warning is still underway with this cell. We haven't mentioned too much about the hail threat, but yes, there's some hail with it as well. You can see the shear rate. That's an indication, again, of strong winds near and just south of Welch, also north of the Blue Jacket area. Not a lot of hail in the last 10 to 15 minutes, but some of that is still definitely a possibility. So again, this is a tornado warning. If you're in the, I guess, the northeastern Craig County area there, around Welch to Blue Jacket, I've got that track pushing to the northeast at 30 to near 40 miles per hour. That is going to clip the northwestern sections of the Ottawa County area, and then heads up, that could hold together and make it to near or just east of Chetopa as well in the next 35 or 40 minutes.
Okay, all right, thanks, Alan, appreciate that. And back in the Tulsa area right now, still covering what's going on. No tornado warning, Tulsa, severe thunderstorm warning. And again, some of the guys, the velocities are still there, and some of the winds. And I just got a report. Okay, I just said, well, the Jinx graduation is going on. The Jinx graduation isn't going on. Then I found out Jinx graduation is going on, and then I just found out that the Mabee Center lost power. And that was unbelievable. So that was from our radio partners. Speaking of our radio partners, if you have to travel, remember there's gridlock pretty much on 169 near Washoe trying to go northbound. So we have issues with that. And also, unbelievable, Jinx graduation. The kids are going to remember this forever. But we do have, again, strong to severe thunderstorms all through the center part and eastern portions of Tulsa. Broken Arrow, you're kind of spared from anything significant right now. We still have another band coming up across the area, so this is wave of severe weather. So this is over Tulsa at this moment. Velocities and some of the winds coming in across the areas from around Tulsa, where Bob is located, still are the strongest winds associated with this, what it's considered as a meso, back into the areas around Tulsa to the north. So Bob is just to the south, and so the areas of the strongest wind shear have moved a little bit. Velocities, though, are still up into an area from where we're talking about strong winds, 50, and the biggest report I had, what was that, 35 miles an hour from Bob, so that's like nothing. But that circulation feature is still showing up just in an area from around 169 to the east. There was rapid rotation that was going north. Bob, are you there? Bob.
Go ahead, Travis.
Okay, can you give me another update on what are you seeing right there?
Right now, off to the east of 169, probably coming up to about 61st, 51st Street area. There's still a wall cloud there, but it's not as wrapped up as it was about 5 or 10 minutes ago.
Okay, yeah, and that's what it looks like right now, because that was just a little tight going there. Again, I apologize to anybody who got real nervous because of my getting or saying that about tornado warning. Don't like doing that. The severe storm, though, that's across 71st to 61st and then back over to Olive, that still is wrapped up in this area. So that's still moving across areas from Kenosha, as you can see, to Olive now, and then extending back up to 51st Street. So if you're in this area, Bob's right there. And so local velocities on this are continuing to be showing with strong gusty winds with this, and 40, 50 miles an hour. I haven't seen any stronger winds. I don't know if Brandon's had any stronger winds with this either, but it looks like other than the tornado that's up to the north, our velocities have been a little bit different. And Alan, I'm going to come back to you in just a moment to get a little bit more information on that tornado warned storm. But you can see the heaviest thunderstorms here. Let's widen out and get a big view. Heavy thunderstorms now, severe thunderstorms are basically on the east and northeast sides of Tulsa, and that extends to Catoosa. And then we have our tornado warned storm up to the north. We also have the storm that Vaughn was on has weakened considerably. Back to the south and to the west, we're watching what could happen in some of these areas back to the south and west. We have severe thunderstorms out further to the west, but we're seeing heavy thunderstorms and a severe thunderstorm trying to develop out into the areas of Pawnee County and also into western Osage County. So there is a severe thunderstorm warning for you guys, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Additional storms are forming to the south. And could you put that in motion? And so we're going to loop up across and see what's going on. So this is the band of storms came through, still concerned about what's going on this side. New thunderstorms are still popping up. Now this is going to happen for another couple hours, as we mentioned. Heavy rain, you're seeing that off on the left side, Silverado bus there. And that is associated with all this that's happening up on the northeast sides of Tulsa. We still have these other bands of heavy rain coming through. And then, yeah, if you would, come back out. And the storm Vaughn is on really has weakened, has changed a lot. Vaughn's still chasing it at this point. But to the north is the one that we're watching a lot more. That's the ones, these are the ones that are real intense and it's locked in. Alan, you got to give us an update. What do you have?
Yeah, let's go up there, take a look. This is going to be northeastern Craig County, the Ottawa County area. So Commerce at 729, Pitcher 737, still a tornado warning underway. That entire part of the cell is rotating. So it's going through some processes, and there's going to be some very strong winds, I think, near Blue Jacket, near and just to the south and east of Welch. I mean, the winds itself could be anywhere between 60 to 70 miles per hour. So obviously, even though that may not be a tornado on the ground, it still be causing some damage. And again, that would be near or just northeast of Welch, just a little bit to the northeast of Blue Jack. And let me recenter the radar there. And then also back to the Commerce area. So again, that would be for the far northeastern sections, Craig County and the Ottawa County area. Travis?
Okay, got a new tornado warning in Tulsa. That's for the storm right here. So that's the one we're following. So the National Weather Service has issued on that. Look at what's going on right here, southwest of Broken Arrow. And JD? Okay, where's JD right now? Okay. All right, JD, let's come back to the left. Come back to the left just a little bit more. All right, so there's right down here, south of Woodland Hills Mall, the circulation feature. So there's Bob that's watching here. Let's go to JD right now. JD, tell me about that one.
Okay, you got a well-defined wall cloud right there in the middle of the shot there. I do believe we're on the Creek Turnpike. We're coming up on the Muskogee Turnpike right now, and I'm looking off to my west, and we do have a well-defined wall cloud. This thing has produced a couple of funnels. Nothing that we can tell is on the ground. But this thing is a serious storm. You need to take your tornado precautions if you're east of this thing.
Okay, I appreciate it. So a new tornado warning now is in effect. This tornado warning also has a chance for some very large hail, and that's moving around the Broken Arrow area, moving to the northeast at 40 miles an hour, and that's a trailing edge of that. That's a severe storm right now that continues with it moving across the region. So this is the one we're tracking, and now it's on the north side of Broken Arrow. So Bob's on the other side of it. Is Bob in the clear yet so you can see it? All right. Hey, Bob, if you can, looks like you're right coming in on it. Can you give me a quick update? Yeah.
Directly north of the Broken Arrow Expressway, it's still a rotating wall cloud. It's still not at the point that I would say we have a funnel, but it sure looks like it can produce at any moment.
Okay. So again, that's just to your left, to your north? Bob?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Just north of me,
All right.
to my left. I'm headed eastbound on the BA. I'm coming up on Elm Place.
Okay. So tornado warning right here. And then, Alan, you have a quick update?
I just want to tell you that the circulation is getting much stronger now, just northeast of Welch. You guys need to take tornado precautions there, getting much stronger. Tornado warnings continuing, moving northeast at 30 miles an hour.
All right. And you see some of the communities involved in that. And then back to ours. And right where Bob is located, you see where JD is located as this coming across the city of Tulsa. Heavy rains, large hail just to the north. And so this is the storm that has been rotating that we got nervous about a little bit ago. JD's got another shot you can see off to the left of us, rotation right up in here. So this is on 51st Street. And then that's going to extend. I'm going to get off the picture. Let's go. Well, we got to stay with the pictures that are on the screen, so that's all right. So we're just located off the from 51st, and then that pretty much extends. Let's put that storm from 51st to 61st, and then pretty much from 145th East Avenue to 177th East Avenue. So that's a high probability right in there. JD, give me another quick update.
Okay, the sirens are sounding right here in Broken Arrow. We're on the Creek Turnpike. We are, we're north and east of the Muskogee Turnpike. But this wall cloud is not real square and boxy right now, but it is, it's pretty low and it is rotating pretty good. It formed, this is a new wall cloud. This is a new updraft that just formed to the north of the old one. And if you look in the right there, you can see the inflow band getting sucked into it. And this thing is rotating, and it's coming right over the Creek Turnpike here pretty quickly.
All right.
But we're going to continue following this thing east, Travis. Back to you.
All right. So we have tornado warning on this. So there is a chance that we can have a spin up of a tornado underneath this at any given time. This is the storm that JD is looking at. This is the one that came up from out of the Jinx area that kind of got a little bit fast on the tornado warning. But this is circulation feature right now, right in here. The hook is starting to develop a little bit more. Let's look at circulation feature 2. The hail cores are big up to the north. Chunks of hail are going to be falling if you're on the northeast sides of Tulsa, north of Broken Arrow, east sides of Tulsa. Brandon's over in that area, and you see all that black area. So back in, Who can? Okay, good. I haven't talked to Dustin for a minute. Dustin, quick update from you, if you could tell us about it. He's on Sky News 6 looking back into this. Give me an update, will you, real quick?
Travis, we are just southeast of Broken Arrow, south of the Creek Turnpike, west of Coweta, looking back to the northwest. Right now, we're trying to get a good angle to see this lowering of this wall cloud that they're talking about. I believe we've got a shot of it right here. It's underneath that shelf that's out in front. So we're going to try to come around the backside and get a little clearer angle at it, Travis.
All right, thanks, appreciate it. So it's right in there, and so you see Sky News 6 just on the south side. And we got to watch anything that's blowing up across here. So again, tornado warning. Let's come back in here for a minute. We got to go to Ellen with a quick update. Bob is right underneath it at this moment, and then JD is right there as well. So the circulation now up to the north around the 51st Street area, right in here. And that's moving toward County Line Road, so we're getting close to that. 51st, 41st County Line Road, tornado warning. JD, give me an update from your location, will you? It looks like it's still looking pretty. What do you have right there?
Okay. Yeah, we got hit with some pretty strong inflow winds, and this thing is getting low, Travis. The rain is starting to wrap into it from the southwest edge there, but we're getting some strong wind flow, and it's getting ready to cross over the turnpike. I can't tell if this thing is on the ground or not due to those rain curtains, but if it's not, it's missing a good chance. It's really low, so if you're in advance of this thing, you need to take your tornado precautions, Travis.
Yeah, all right. Thanks,
Back
JD. All right, thank you. And again, that's on the northeast side of Tulsa, north of Broken Arrow side, coming across the Creek Turnpike right now. That'd be between about 41st, 51st. And so JD's just watching this. This is coming across County Line, 193rd, moving northeast, Creek County. Alan.
All right, very strong rotation. Take a look at 3. This is going to be in northwestern Ottawa County area there. So this circulation is 4 miles northeast of Welch. It is really strong. It's tightening up. Could produce a tornado. It may be producing a tornado right now. If you are near Commerce or slightly north, you need to be in your storm shelter right now. If it's not producing a tornado, it's producing at least 65, maybe 75 mile per hour winds. Folks in southern Kansas near Melrose, south and east of Chetopa. If you're around Commerce, Cardin, Pitcher, this rotation is moving in your direction. It's very tight. Tornado warnings do remain for that area. Now the circulation is north and east of the Welch area. Travis.
All right, thanks. Also, there's severe thunderstorm warnings in Craig and Nowata counties for these thunderstorms just being brought in. Let's go back to Tulsa, and you can see what literally just we're watching that. You can see where JD is located. He's looking straight up into this. JD, again, give me another update on what's going on. Large hail to the north of it coming across the turnpike. Circulation feature very strong. Bob's underneath it pretty much. Let's go to JD first, and then Bob.
Yeah, this thing's really low. It just crossed over the turnpike. I do not believe it's on the ground. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure it is not, but it is rotating and it is low. It could come down really quickly at any time, so treat it like it is a tornado. This thing has just crossed over the Creek Turnpike, Travis. Back to you.
All right, thanks. Looking at radar, and this is the hail course. Station's been watching that. We're getting chunks of hail now, and this is the hail sizes that are going up to, we could be a baseball-sized hail with this storm just on the north and west side. So we're going to get significant damage in areas of Broken Arrow, northwestern sides of Broken Arrow, and then extending to Catoosa. You guys getting hammered right now. Large damaging hail with this, and then the tornado warning continues as that crosses on across the Creek Turnpike. And then also with that circulation feature coming up across 412, the Creek Turnpike. Brandon's on the backside, so tell Brandon not to put hail dents in our truck because he's going to run right into that. And then also to the south, sirens are going off in Claremore now as we extend the tornado warning further to the north. Let's go to Bob with an update. Bob, if you can, give me an update of what you're kind of in the middle of it. What do you have?
Yeah, Travis, I'm northbound on County Line Road, 193rd from about 41st Street. The rotation is still a little bit back north and east. I'm getting wrapped up with the rain right now, but I've not encountered any serious wind or hail at this exact time.
Okay, good. Hopefully it's a small hail core. That's all I can say. All right, thanks. Let's go. As you see, the tornado warning still in effect. So it's crossing the County Line Road, 193rd, and then that's up to 41st to 51st Street. That's rolling to the northeast, and JD has still looks about the same. He's going to get ready to get wrapped in rain a little bit on that one, but that's coming up over the Fair Oaks area and crossing pretty much. Let's see, Brandon's right behind it, so we'll see how that goes on 412. All right, Alan's covering the tornado. It looks like still pretty bad up there. Al, what do you have?
Still strong circulation now. That's just west of Commerce, north and east of Welch, a couple of miles there. It's a picture at 737. Baxter Springs, that would be in Kansas at 749. Again, tornado warning underway. The hail production has dropped just quite a bit, but again, the wind speed still potentially causing some damage there. That would be just near or slightly in the western areas of North Miami, near Commerce, across the northwestern Ottawa County area. Heads up again, if you're in Baxter Springs or Melrose, Kansas, this storm, very strong storm, tornado warning, will cross over the state line pretty quickly here. Travis?
All right, thanks, Dal. That does not look good at all for the folks there. Back in East Tulsa right now, we have Sky News 6 on the south side. They're going to be shrouded a little bit with this other cell that's down to the south. You can see how this one's coming up across areas of East Tulsa, or southern Broken Arrow, I should say now. The one with the tornado warning, though, is here, and then we have the other cells that are further up to the north and east. We have the cell that's at Shoto that was a supercell, and Vaughn's been following that. I'm going to just take Vaughn's picture only just for a second. And then we're going to go right back to the tornado warning. If you could give me REM 36. So this is what Vaughn's looking at, just a very broad base right now. So I'm not real worried about that storm, but that's what's going on there. Back to Lynx 4 if we could. This is the circulation feature wrapped up right now. JD is right behind it, and that's really tightened up right now. So we're at 257th East Avenue, also at about 31st. So this is right now in the core of that particular storm. So that's Creek Turnpike, 412, and then back down to 41st Street. That's the storm. So JD is right there. Is JD talking to you, Mike, or can I talk to JD? Okay, JD, give me a quick update. I know it's going to be a little hard to see because you're really right near the middle of it, so watch out.
Yeah, Travis, we got off the Creek Turnpike there. That road ended up being a dead end. But when we turned around, we started getting some hail in the 1-inch size and started hit some really strong winds. But we wasn't able to get a very good vantage of it due to the wrapping rain. So not a whole lot I can tell you about the rotation there, Travis. Back to you.
All right, thanks. So we are looking at large hail continuing across the area. And Stacia, you've got to, boy, that's not good. Tim's going to run into that. So Tim, tell Tim to watch out. Still some very, very large hail potential with this. So we're going to get up to, I would say, I don't know if we'll get up to hen egg size, baseball size, but that's awful big right now showing up. And these are some of the biggest hail chunks that we've seen in a while showing up on our storm analyst. Brandon's real close to it. Tell Tim to watch out too, if you would. He did? Okay, he was say, okay, stop, put the brakes on. But this is right on the turnpike, and so the velocities are still strong. The turnpike northeast of Catoosa, in case you're watching on, or listening, I should say, on our radio station. So again, I'm going to just mention real quickly, we're on all of our radio stations right now, 92.9, going up to 98.5, 99.5, 106.9, and 1170 KFAQ. So wherever you want to be on the radio, we've got you covered. But this is the hail core right now east of Tim on the turnpike. As you can see there, circulation features are back to this just south and east. And so with that large hail, okay, there we go. You can see K-Hits, Talk 1170, 98.5 KVO, The Drive, Big Country. All right, now I got to go back here. Here's the circulation feature right in here. And so we are looking at, that would be, got to get bearings right here, 51st, 41st. And then that extends back on up to now with the hail core showing up right up over this area around Fair Oaks. So this is where it's wrapped up right at this time. So this is, if there is a tornado, it'd be right in here. Surface velocities of INX, okay. So it's not super tight, which is good, but it is wrapped up very much so. And so we're going to get some wind damage, some baseball, potentially baseball-sized hail here on the north side from Catoosa back on up to the north. And there's that hail core going on right from where Brandon is going through now, and then back on up further to the northeast. All right, back to the circulation feature down here. Alan, do you have another update coming up?
Give me just a second. Let me reposition the radar.
And then here's the circulation. I'm going to go full screen here for a minute since we don't have anything tornado show. Here's the wrap up, and this is 11th Street to 21st Street now. So we're well east of County Line Road, 257th. And as you look at it now, that's moving to 305th East Avenue. So that area from right on 412, Highway 412, to 590 Road, 580 Road, Fair Oaks area, 257th East Avenue, 11th Street and 257th East Avenue, and then back to 580 Road and also 4110 Road. If you know of any of those roads in your area, that's at 257th East Avenue. You're right in the middle of it right now. So you need to be in a place of safety. This is wrapped up in this zone, and if it's not a tornado, it's still going to be hail, nasty stuff north, and then this is continuing to wrap up across this area. JD is right. JD, I'm going to come back to you for just a moment. And can you tell me what you're seeing right now? Because you're looking at it.
Yeah, it's right in front of me, Travis. I'm on 412. I just got off the Creek Turnpike. I can't see much of anything. There's just a tremendous amount of rain. It looks like that, yeah, it's still getting an inflow wind, so I got to be really close to that rotation as it's crossing 412 here, Travis. But I'm just not really sure what I'm seeing.
All right.
I have to try to get a better vantage point, and I'll get back with you.
All right. Yeah, it looks like you're close, so be careful there. Let's go over to Alan, update on that other storm that's going on, and we'll have a storm track over here in just a minute.
Folks in Commerce, far northeastern sections of the state, the Ottawa County area, take tornado precautions right now. A significant circulation, tornado warning continuing, moving northeast at 30 to 40, could produce a strong tornado at any time. North Miami, 731, Pitcher, 735. Across the state line near Melrose into Baxter Springs. If you're around 166 from Melrose eastward over to Baxter Springs, you'll need to take your tornado precautions as well. This is a very strong circulation. I'm seeing wind speeds on some of the radar data occasionally over 100 to 120 miles per hour near and just northwest of Commerce. So north of Commerce, Cardin, Pitcher, you guys need to take your tornado precautions right now. That is a significant circulation. Travis.
Travis, we have chaser reports now.
Okay.
East of Catoosa with a
All right.
tornado.
Tornado? Okay, let's
Go
look
to
at it
JD.
because JD's right there. So, I mean, this is wrapped up. This has to be a tornado chance of being a tornado, and you're getting the reports it is.
I just, the National Weather Service said that they have reports.
All right, so this is a potential right now. Hey, JD, we're going to come to you. You got to be real careful. You're in the middle of what could be a tornado right now, right where you are. And so it's right in front of your face there, so don't run into it. Tornado potential is real high for your location. I'm talking about 412, and I'm going to get on we'll get a storm track in just a moment. But a tornado should be he's coming right into it right at this moment. And so there's a chance of tornado right in your vicinity. And this is just east of Catoosa on 412. And the circulation is right there. Let's go back to radar for a minute. JD, I'm going to talk to you while we're looking at it. This is from Fair Oaks area, from where JD is located. And it should be just to his, JD, if you can look to your left, to your north and northeast just a little bit, do you see anything right in that area, or just to the southeast? Because there's two circulation areas. The main circulation area looks like it's just to your southeast. What do you have?
Well, Travis, again, I'm just in a really bad spot for viewing. There's a lot of moisture, a lot of rain. I'm looking to my north, and I don't see anything that would suggest there's a tornado right there. As I'm looking to my south of 412, it does look a little bit more interesting. So, I'm just not real sure. I'm going to have to get back with you, Travis.
Okay, tornado warning, though, still for this area. We've got a confirmed report of a tornado near 412. And also around 11th to Fair Oaks area. If you're in this area, you have to take cover right now, no matter where you are. This is a messed up area with winds, strong winds, damaging winds. Alan has something else, Al?
Again, a large tornado I reported near Commerce to the west of Pitcher, right in this area. I'm not going to do a track. I'm just going to zoom in and show you. This is going to be from Commerce north, Pitcher, Baxter Springs, Melrose. Take precautions right now. Tornado on the ground. And from a velocity standpoint, Travis, this is a very strong circulation. This may end up being a very large damaging tornado. We want everybody around the northern Ottawa County area, North Miami, Commerce, Cardin, Pitcher, southern Kansas, Melrose, Baxter Springs. You guys need to take tornado precautions immediately. Tornado on the ground at this point could become a large tornado.
All right. So, again, the bad news up in Ottawa, Pitcher, we've known all about that. That's happened before, and that's happening again. This is the area where it was reported that we had a tornado go across 412 from a spotter that was in that area, and that's rotating right now. We have three guys that are kind of in line. You see the circulation feature tight. JD, there's a real tight circulation just to your north. I don't know. Again, I'm going to try one more time. Just can you see anything to your left at all?
No, I'm sorry, Travis. It's just completely wrapped in rain. I'm going to have to get out east in front of it to get a look at it, Travis.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Heavy rain, thunderstorm continues right in this area. So the circulation feature and it could be just right in front of you to your left, or just front left. So that circulation is right there. It's tightened up considerably. This is the east side of Tulsa, and if you're with us on radio right now, I'm going to give you a broad view of what's going on. Tornado warning is in effect right now for areas just southeast of Verdigris. That storm is moving to the east-northeast right now. Some folks involved in that would be Fair Oaks, which is now Foyle at 7:50, just to say near 8 o'clock. Near 8 o'clock, we'll be headed toward Pryor. So that's going to continue to track along and just parallel the pretty much I-44 going northeast. So we already have one tornado there. And with this along a boundary, I think that's why we're having this getting stronger as it's continuing. And let's widen out for a second if you could. And Tiowa's in there? Thank you.
Iowa Justice.
Okay, good. Thank you for bringing that up, Stacia. Tiowa Justice, right in the path of this tornado. And that didn't show up on our storm track. But you guys right here, any place in Verdigris, south and east. And Tim's on the north side, so he's not going to hardly see that either because he's going to be in rain-wrapped area. But that's just all over. So we got guys all over in that. That is wrapped up. And then let's broaden out real quick, and then we're going to go back to Ellen for another update on possible big tornado. And Brandon, update, Brandon.
Okay, Travis, right now we're 412 east, just east of Catoosa. I've got a funnel right there. It's not rotating real strong, but that is a funnel right there, Travis.
Yep. Okay, let's go to Ellen with another update up in Commerce.
Yeah, I got to get up there very quickly because this is a large damaging tornado. It is causing damage right now, large tornado. It's moving northeast at 30 to 40 miles per hour. This is lofting debris in the air. So near and just north of Commerce to Pitcher, this is going to go across the state line near Baxter Springs and maybe just to the east of Melrose. You guys need to take tornado precautions right now. This is a large, dangerous tornado in progress, and it's lofting debris into the air. We can see that on the correlation coefficient. That's just north of Commerce, just west of Pitcher, south and east of Melrose, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. Large and dangerous tornado in this area right now.
Moving into southeast Kansas. We're just in that zone, so please be advised. Now we're looking back at our area. We have our tornado warning. We've had a confirmation again southeast of Verdigris, about 3 miles of a tornado on the ground. And then we have heavy thunderstorms further to the south. Verdigris is northeast of Tulsa. And so we're going to look at the circulation feature. JD is very, very close to that at this point. And so this is the rotating area right now. So we have 3 guys lined up there, and it's wrapped in rain at this point where it's going to be very hard for us to see from our locations. But that's just a circulation feature. JD should just be to your north right now, literally. So be very, very careful where you are. Can you see anything? It looks like you're still messed up in a lot of water. Can you see anything at all? Because it'd be just to your northeast, maybe by about a mile. Anything at all?
No, Travis. It's just so dark with rain. I'm just watching for power flashes. That's about all I can do at this point as we travel east.
Yep. Well, let's just let you go. I'm going to let you go so you can drive careful. So this is a situation. So this is a very strong part of this storm. Are our velocities showing up into that? Can you see if we can? Yep, still right there. Okay. So it's just north of JD right now. So here's the tornado. So that's just southeast of Verdigris right now. So here's our tornado. And so that's at 47, or what is that, 45? It'll look 4170. Thanks. 4170 Road. If you're at 4170 Road near McFarland, if you know where McFarland is, move to a place of safety right now. Tornado likely in your area. This is east-northeast of Tulsa. This is east-northeast of Catoosa. And it is wrapped up. It'll be wrapped in rain. It's going to be very hard to see. That's continuing to move to the northeast. Tornado is going to be crossing State Highway 88 shortly, moving near Tiowa, McFarland, Tiowa. You guys got to be taking cover at this very, very moment because this is wrapping up and coming right up the, I would say up the turnpike or up the pike, but it's not. It's just south of the turnpike. We have Darren and Tim both on the north side of it, so we're all wrapped around it. We've got 5 trackers all in the same spot, basically, and it's just wrapped so much into it you can't see it except for just if you're right there by it. There's just a few locations where you'd be able to see it. So it's wrapped up. Velocity is coming in on the radar right now, the radar site. And so the strongest winds are right in an area from 412 to the north to Highway 88. And if, Stacia, if you could, can you do a storm track too so we can tell the folks where it is going to head? Because this track will take it, I know. We're going to start getting across not only southeastern Rogers County. It looks like Claremore you'll be spared. But this is going to take it now into western portion of Mays County before too long. Pryor is at 8:05. The core of the circulation is headed toward Pryor at this point. At what?
Northeast at 35.
Northeast 35? Okay.
Yep.
And it's just south, I mean, JD is just south of it and Bob. And that is the biggest problem we have. Alan, can you give us another update on your north storm?
Yeah, this is in the northern Ottawa County area. This is a large, dangerous tornado. From what I've seen on the radar, this is producing damage right now. National Weather Service indicating also large, dangerous tornado in progress north of Commerce, maybe a mile. I think those are a county road there, so maybe 1.5, maybe 2 miles just west of Pitcher. And that is moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. So near and just north of Commerce, there's a small community called Potter there, and then the state line. So from Pitcher to the west, and then also from Cravensville, Killville, Melrose, Kansas, areas over to Baxter Springs. What you're looking at, this is a part of the radar that indicates debris that's been lofted into the air. There's still a very, very strong signal here that a dangerous tornado is underway. And again, this is going to be now on the Oklahoma-Kansas state line area. That circulation is north of the immediate downtown Commerce area, but still could be impacting the far northern areas. And again, this looks like a strong, dangerous tornado in progress and underway right now. This is going to be moving along and right across the state line area into southern Kansas. So folks east of Chetopa, Melrose, Baxter Springs, and Riverton, you'll need to take tornado precautions right now. A dangerous, large tornado lofting debris into the air, and that's for far northern section. Oh, it just got even worse on that last scan right there, Travis, unfortunately. I mean, that is not a good signal that we're seeing.
Not at all. And that's moving into southeastern Cherokee County, Kansas at this time. So that's bad. This is bad. This is back into the Tulsa area, east, northeast of Catoosa. This is tightly wrapped up. Now we have 3 guys just on the south side. And I don't know, Michael, if we can spread those guys out or if we have to worry about anything else, because it's getting, because we're going to get them kind of caught, all of them here. But McFarland, Tiowa, Justice is on the north side. There's a good chance this is a tornado on the ground right now doing damage. I don't have confirmation at this moment, but it sure looks like it is, because pretty much the signature and the tightness of this indicates that if it was a tornado before when it wasn't this tight, should be a tornado right now on this. So our guys are having it's just tough to see this, but that's why radar works really well. And also trying to, I don't know how Sky News 6 could even get around to get a shot of this when it's so wrapped up in rain. Let's go full screen for a minute so we can talk about street by street here. Here's the center of the circulation, and so this is, as you look at it, it's going to cross highway, really State Highway 88, and then let's come in a little bit more, and I want to get a few more streets if we could, and I'll get out of the way so we can see it. There we go. So it's a 4180 road with State Highway 88, and then that's also going to be continuing to track Camaran Lane, and then also further to the northeast. So it's crossing 88 right now, and there's a strong velocity signatures for a tornado that could be getting a lot stronger with this right now. I haven't looked at a correlation coefficient for this storm. Can you take a quick look at that? Yeah, if you could. Well, it's too hard. Can't see it here.
We can't.
Yeah, it's right on the radar. So there's a pretty good chance that this is going to be tornado coming across 88 right now, and you see where it's located. And let's do a storm track station if we can on this, and then we'll go back to Alan for another update on that massive tornado to the northeast. This is east of Tulsa on 412, just north of 412, and so we have our guys right in the position to cross over with it. Southeast of Claremore, and it's moving to the northeast, still about 35. Is that what you're thinking?
35
okay.
to 40.
All right.
Probably closer to 35 at this point.
Okay. And so the storm track prior now at 8:03, and we are sitting at 7:39 right now. So at 8:03, what do you have? Did you have anything? Okay, we're good. So this is wrapped up, coming already across 88 now, and just moving to the northeast. Let's go to JD. Should I go Bob? Or Brandon? Bob? Hey, Bob, do you see any structure that shows you that the inflow is strong? Anything going on? Can you tell me what you have right now? You should have some pretty strong winds.
I did have some pretty good inflow back when we were east of the Highway 88 exit. Right now, west of the Highway 88 exit. I'm east of Highway 88 right now, so I'm kind of getting out of it where I'm getting ahead.
Okay, all right. Sounds good. But again, the worst of the weather is on the northeast sides of Tulsa with a tornado warning. Tiowa, McFarland area. I'm going to take a broad view so folks at home can see what we're doing, because I know it gets very frustrating for a lot of folks. And if you're on radio, it's probably even worse sometimes. And we do have right now, okay, this is a look also. Check out in the lower left-hand corner of the screen with Osage Sky News 6. This is at River Spirit, I believe. Dustin, I'm going to go to you just for a minute because we haven't even been able to hardly talk about the river. It's continuing to go up. Sean, was that 215,000 cubic feet per second? Is that what we're up to? I think you said. And they just went up to 215,000. Dustin, give me a quick update, if you would, on that.
Travis, we've been flying up and down the river for several days now, and I'm telling you, just the difference between this morning and now is very significant. The water is up, completely covering the parking lot over here at the casino. And as our trip came back up from Muskogee and Haskell, what we saw this morning, the waters are so much further out of their banks than they were earlier today, Travis.
All right, and they're still rising because I don't know when they released the last updated.
That was at 6 o'clock.
6 tonight. Okay, so 6 o'clock they just released it higher, so it takes 5 to 6 hours probably to get down to River Spirit. So that's going to rise some more. 206. Okay. All right. Back to tornadoes and coverage. So here's what we have. We have the storm that we're watching, the tornado warning storm, supercell, that's on the east sides of Tulsa. We have Sky News 6, which is back on the backside here. Most of the rain is moving out of Tulsa. We have another severe storm. We have a hook on that. It's not a tornado at this time. That's out to the west of Ralston and western Osage County, western Pawnee County. Severe weather still going on for the guys out there. Back in our area and then back to the northeast where Allen's located. The severe weather continues in that area. Alan, give us another update, would you?
Okay, we're going to take the radar and go to the far northeastern quadrant of the state. It's now crossed the state line, and again, we're seeing that signature on the radar that this is debris, friends, that's being lofted into the air. This is an indication of a dangerous tornado that's been on the ground now for some time. It looks like it's crossed the state line area. So again, this is going to be now just north of Quapaw, near and north of Pitcher, and we'll take that into Baxter Springs or near Baxter Springs at 757. So between Melrose and Baxter Springs, that's going to be on 166. I can't stress to you enough, you need to take tornado precautions. This is a large, damaging, dangerous tornado. This is lofting debris well into the atmosphere. We had reports, the local storm report just a couple of minutes ago, of sheet metal coming down in and around this area.
All right, thanks, Alan. Back into the Tulsa area. That was way up to the northeast, and so it's moving across the, it's getting close to Missouri, Kansas, and far northeast corner of Oklahoma. That's just on the fringe of our viewing area. Again, on the lower left, Sky News 6, Osage Sky News 6, is right now just on the Arkansas River near the River Spirit Casino, with the water now cutting into the parking lots and just right at the base of the casino. Wow. Then we have the wall cloud. Who is that at Inola? That's a wall cloud. Who is that, Michael? Do you know? Who's that with the wall cloud?
You have 3 of the guys with them.
JD? Okay, let's go to JD right now because this is really wrapped up here, and we have the tornado warning. JD, give me an update. Do you see a tornado on the ground or not?
No, Travis. I do not have a tornado on the ground. I do have a low wall cloud, but no tornado on the ground from where I'm sitting, right here at 88 to North 412.
Okay, good to know. I mean, at least that's better than what we've been talking about because that thing's been wrapped up for a while. But at least there's some hope on that one. Heavy rain, thunderstorm continues throughout that area, and it's moving to the northeast. We do still, hey, Stacia, do you have some hail cores that are still showing up? It looks like there's some, it's kind of hard to tell with the radar so close in. So we can look
Yeah, on the north side of that storm, Travis, it looks like probably right along Highway 88, right over Tiowa, could be some very large hail, possibly up to the size of baseballs, but we think it might be just a little less than that, and this right along State Highway 88, so that's where the hail core is going to be from State Highway 20, just east of Claremore, all the way down to Tiowa.
All right, and we're continuing our tornado warning. This is a new one now for Mays and Rogers County till 8:30, so that low-level rotation that JD's watching could have a tornado at any time, as we said, from around the Tiowa area. So it is wrapped up. This is around the McFarland area. And so it's just wrapped up. Bob is near that at this time. We haven't had any reports of damage, have we, coming out of that?
There's some homes right around Inola Lake, but other than that, it's pretty open.
Pretty much rain, okay, farm and ranching and all that. And so you guys, I hope you're okay in there. Across 88, and let's zoom in a little bit closer if we could, and look at that. So that was the McFarland area. Here's the Tiowa area. And so it's again, kind of looks like it's cycling. And the wall cloud, Vaughn is looking at it too. I think Vaughn's looking at the same one. Vaughn, you've got a little different structure look to it because you're a little further away. Can you give us an update on that?
Yeah, I'm just 6 miles southwest of Pryor right now, looking to my southwest, and this is what your view is, looking back into it from the northeast. Not sure that that's the actual wall cloud that we're looking at right there in the shot, but I think we're tucked in there somewhere. I can see some rising motion right there, and there is scud being sucked into that area. So I'm going to watch it here as it moves towards the Pryor area. But we're going to have to move here probably in about 5 minutes as it gets closer to us, Travis.
All right, thanks, appreciate it. Let's go back to Alan with another update. It looks like it's crossing the Kansas border, but that was a monster, is a monster. What do you have, Al?
Yeah, it still looks like it's near and maybe west of Baxter Spring. The debris signature is not quite as robust, but this was causing significant damage the way that the radar was lofting that into the atmosphere. That is still a tornado warning, but heads up for our friends in northern Ottawa County, since the circulation has crossed state line, you are no longer included in the tornado warning from Baxter Springs to Lowell. You need to remain aware of that.
All right, so that's the one far northeast Oklahoma and really out, yeah, so it's southeast Kansas. But back into our area, and we have this, the tornado warned storm that we're on. Let's also go to the west just real quick, if we could, Stacia, because you were the one that was saying, hey, we got this going on. Look at these two cells coming in from Pawnee and also from around the Ralston area at this time. Both of these cells, and Alan, I'm going to have you, since that's take over those, if you would. Let's zoom in on those for just a moment and then have a little bit more of a view for both of those and kind of give you an idea. This has a rotating area associated with it. The south one does too, as well as the Pawnee one. So we'll let Alan try to figure out which one's the worst and what's going on. But we do know from Sooner Lake and then near the Pawnee area, want you guys to be aware, and Alan will have an update.
Travis, they're going to issue a tornado warning on the central Pawnee County storm.
Okay, Alan, do you have a storm track on that?
Not yet. We will in about
I'm gonna
20
give that
seconds.
To you. All right, so that's the one here, and then there's the one to the north. So that circulation feature's picked up. If you're at Pawnee, guess what? Got to have you move to a place of safety. So right now, we moved the Kansas one out, so we're not going to worry about that one for us. That's Joplin, Missouri. But the Pawnee storm now is out west of Tulsa. That'll be moving to the northeast. So you guys, Pawnee, I'll just tell you right now, take cover for that tornado warning, because that looked like that was starting to get really developed on that. So we're going to have Alan take care of that, and then we'll come back, and you can talk about both those storms if you would, Alan.
Yeah, give me just a second here.
Okay, and while you're doing that, the tornado warning goes till, what time is that? 8:30? Okay, 8:30. So we're about 7:50 right now. You also see our other storms that are showing up as well from Inola, and then back to near Pryor area from Vaughn, and our other guys. I'm looking around trying to see if there's anything else. Darren's watching some stuff going on.
Storm just to his northwest.
Okay, so he's got that. And so the circulation feature here with our tornado warning. Let's come back. Yeah, we'll get a quick update on what's going on here before we go to Alan then. So this is the heaviest rain, and the rotation's right where Bob and Brandon are located. Hey, Bob, can Bob talk to me right now? Hey, Bob, quick update. Brandon and Bob are both right, seemingly under circulation. Bob, what do you have?
Yeah, it's still circulating, but it has not appeared to be very pronounced as far as wall clouds there. I haven't seen any funnels or anything like that here recently.
Okay. And then, Brandon, what do you have? It's kind of like seemingly on top of you. What do you have? Whoa, that was loud. Brandon, are you there?
Yeah, Travis. Due north of me here on 4250 road, just very heavy rain, pretty strong wind, probably about 50 to 55, but I cannot. This thing is really wrapped up in rain, Travis, so you're not going to see it.
All right. All right. That's how that goes. All right, let's go to Alan, have an update on what's going on there.
Okay, this is good. Circulation dangerous part of the storm is just a little west, maybe slightly southwest of Pawnee. I'll zoom in here. This is a tornado warning, so your NOAA weather radios, your telephones are all buzzing, going off right now. This would be for western Pawnee County, central Osage. This is moving northeast. The forward momentum on this storm appears to be just slightly faster than the ones that we've been tracking maybe in the last 30 or 40 minutes. It's around 40, maybe 50 miles per hour. So I've placed a track here on the screen. Let me move it over so you can see that. That would be Pawnee at 752. I mean, right now, basically, it's near you. Cody, 757. You can go right down the line. Ralston at 806. And the Fairfax area at 812. And again, this would be a tornado warning that is underway. So you want to take your tornado precautions right now. This is a storm that's just now starting to really crank up a little bit. So your weather radios, your phones, they're all going off. You're getting aware of this storm, and it's near Pawnee, moving northeast at around 40 to maybe even 50 miles per hour. The circulation is getting stronger fairly rapidly. We're going to check a couple of things here. Yep, still there, and it's going to be tracking again northeast pretty quickly. So if you're in this immediate area, that is a tornado warning. So again, near the Pawnee area, slightly to the west, a little bit to the north. That would be on the highway there at 18. So folks in Pawnee, we're encouraging you to take your tornado precautions away from windows and walls, the interior most room. Mobile homes, you know, there's nothing wrong with that mobile home other than the fact that it's mobile, and it can be blown around pretty easily by these storms. So seek surety shelter as this storm starts to move closer into your area. So again, we're going to put this on the track. This storm is moving northeast almost now at around 50 miles per hour. So this is an updated track, and we'll take a look there. That would be Pawnee. It's right now. It's getting 8 o'clock. Ralston at 8:06, and the Fairfax area also at 8:12. So that is the tornado warning that we have underway right now for portions of Pawnee County and also into the Osage County vicinity. Travis?
All right, and what we're talking about with those two and then the one off to the east of Tulsa is the fact that in Tulsa, most things are relatively quiet, knock on wood, for a few moments. We have the circulation feature now where Bob is located, and so we do have Vaughn, who's got a great view of what's going on. Vaughn, if you would you give us an update from what you're seeing and what's going on with that storm?
Yeah, it's closing in on Pryor very fast. It appears to me that it may pass to the south of Pryor, but everybody in Pryor needs to take heed right now because this is going to be wrapped up and it's going to be a mean storm, Travis. But we're looking right into it from the northeast of it, looking right southwest to it. Back to you.
All right, thanks. I greatly appreciate that. So that is going to continue to be an issue for several hours yet for big-time storms. We do have ping pong ball size hail reported with this storm, and that's going to be tracking to the northeast. Stacia's been having the track on that, so you can see what's going on there. And so that'll be at 8:04 coming in through the Pryor area, 8:15 at Salina, Lake Hudson, 8:15. Seems like every night we're repeating the same places. This is unreal what's going on. But this is the areas that where storm bringing in. And Vaughn, I'm going to go back to you for a minute. Do you have very strong inflow coming in on you right now or not? On that storm?
No, Travis, I don't. But upper levels, mid-levels, it is streaming back to the area to my south. All of these lower-level clouds are streaming back to the south. So I think this aerial circulation is to my south, actually.
Yep.
The strongest area.
Yep. Okay, appreciate it. So that's a look at what's going on there. Back to the radar, you can see from Vaughn, and it is, the rotation is just to your south, but I was hoping that we'd have a little bit more of an idea with the, and Bob is probably closer to that. Bob, one more quick update, and we're going to go back to Alan because we got to get back out west as well. Update on what's going on. Do you have inflow coming into that? Because you're right near the circulation center.
Michael?
Yeah, go ahead, Vaughn.
Yeah, it appears to be, there might be something on the ground due south of me. Look at my shot right now.
We are?
There's an area of brighter colors of white right there in the middle of the shot, and there's a type of a funnel right above it. Yeah. So I cannot confirm that yet, but it is moving swiftly off to the east. I can tell that for sure.
All right, so we're following you on that. And Bob, I'm going to come to you for a minute. Can you give us, can you see anything from your location?
No, I'm pretty socked in right now, but there's been considerable inflow in this storm in probably the last 5-10 minutes. Looks past directly north. It's probably east of me, and I'm on south 428 road.
All right. Hey, Bob, appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's go to Alan out west of Tulsa. Tornado warnings out there by Pawnee, and then we'll be right back.
Yeah, tornado warning still continuing. Folks around Pawnee, areas to the north, northeast, take your tornado precautions right now. National Weather Service indicating the large rotating wall cloud with this system near Pawnee. It's going to be moving northeast, maybe 40, 50 miles per hour. That is the track you can see. This is the track that we have drawn. And then the red flashing line is the polygon. That's the official tornado warning. So all in this region, we'll encourage you guys to take the tornado precautions now. That would be right now in the Pawnee area. Skiddy 802, Ralston 808, Fairfax at 814. At this point, as far as I can tell, I don't have a confirmation of a tornado on the ground, but the rotation is getting stronger. And again, we do have reports from the Weather Service of rotating wall cloud. This could produce a tornado at any second here.
All right, and new aerial flood advisory now, Rogers, Mays County, as if that's something we even want to talk about. That's what you're seeing with the green. So a new flood advisory. We already have one for the northern Tulsa County area. Not a drop of rain do we want, and unfortunately we're still getting excessively heavy rain. And we're going to transition a little bit into heavier thunderstorm stuff too, so that's something we're watching. Vaughn is right, looking at that's wrapping up right where Vaughn is. Hey Vaughn, I'm going to come back to you right now. You are just west of Lusta, northwest of Choteau. What is that? What do you have right now?
Yeah, it's wrapping up. I just got strong west winds, so that appears to me that there may be something to my north also, but I think we got two areas to worry about. One to the south down by Choteau, and one up here just west and northwest of me, Travis.
You're kind of at the apex of it at this moment, and so you're kind of getting a westerly flow right out of your south, or from your west and southwest that's wrapping around right there. So that's probably where, if something's going to spin up, you're right on it. Because that looks like the main rotation area as that wraps in. You can see on radar, here's what we're talking about. So where Brandon is, Brandon's now, and it looks like he's in front of it. So we'll try to get an idea from Brandon. But Vaughn is right at the apex of the where the strongest winds are, and you kind of see how this is kind of blowing out right here and wrapping back in right here. Velocity data would tell us that that's a very turbulent area right in there. Let's go to INX and see if we can clean that up just for a second, please. What, Vaughn? Vaughn? Okay,
yeah,
let's.
Starting to wrap up right here in front of me.
Yeah.
No more than half a mile to my north. It is definitely starting to wrap up. These west winds have picked up tremendously. We're trapped kind of in between the two here.
Yep.
But everybody needs to take their tornado precautions right now.
Alan,
if you live anywhere in Sportsman's Acres or Pryor.
Okay. All right. If you're in Pryor area, there's the wall cloud. You can see what's going on. It's trying to wrap up right now near Pryor. Stacia, I'm going to have you. Yeah, there you go. Thanks. You're awesome. This is coming right across from where Vaughn is located. It's wrapped up right here. So that he's right at the apex of this circulation feature. That's where it's coming up right on him. He's about ready to get hit by some rain if he doesn't move east pretty quick, because that's going to come up and take over. See, Bob's behind him in the rain. Brandon's where he can see, but he's going to kind of miss out on that a little bit. This is coming up over Pryor. Here's a quick update. Pryor 8:07. We are at 7:58 right now, coming up on 8 o'clock. Sportsman Acre 8:10, Salina 8:19, Lake Hudson 8:19. So that's the storm as we have it. Brandon has a pretty good shot too. Let's get a shot of Brandon right now. So Brandon's looking into this, and I'm going to get a real quick shot of that as we go. So he sees it right here. Okay, do you see it right here? And so Brandon's looking right into it, and Vaughn's looking into it. Vaughn's got a shot too of it, but this is what it looks like right in here. I don't see anything on the ground. Brandon, quick question. Do you have anything? Do you see anything?
Travis, I cannot confirm anything on the ground, but there is very strong rotation up there. If you've got my shot, you can kind of see that area right there. We're going to be north on US 69. So we're going to continue north on 69, but I do not see anything on the ground right now, Travis.
All right. Thanks, Brandon. Appreciate it very much. All right, that's the storm to the west. Look at radar just to give you an idea. We're to the northeast. Let's see. We're coming up on Pryor. Here's Pryor, the industrial complex. So we're coming up on that, basically the Lusta area, as we call it, and Sportsman Acres just to the east. But this is coming up more to the northeast, coming up into Pryor. So this is where Vaughn, Bob are located, and they're trying to get ahead of it once again because we're getting to closer to darkness. Speaking of which, let's go west where there's more light. And Ellen, what's on the storms, tornadoes out west?
Okay, yeah, we still have to take a look. This is a circulation that's right over the Pawnee vicinity. Look at that reflectivity that we're seeing there. So again, tornado warnings do remain for Pawnee, portions of Pawnee County, the Osage County area as well. And that cell is moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. I'm zoomed in right now to show you what we think would be the most dangerous portion of the storm around Pawnee, to Skidee and to Job and then to Blackburn. So you guys want to take tornado precautions in this area. That would extend all the way eventually into Ralston potentially. the warning criteria or the warning area. So we want to watch that pretty carefully there. So tornado warnings are underway. We may, there's another circulation, another cell that's developing. If you look at that, Travis, there's 2 cells that are developing there. So there's a circulation near Pawnee. There's another one just a little northwest. They're going to merge here in just a little bit.
Huh. That's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Unfortunately, we're going to find out in just a little bit. So those are the 2. Okay, Al, as soon as you have something, let us know on that. Meantime, that severe storm that's coming across the area that is still to our east of Tulsa. Vaughn is right now underneath that, and Vaughn's in the middle of it, and that's wrapped up coming in on Pryor at this moment. So if you're in the Pryor area, we still have our tornado warned area, and so that's for Pryor, as well as any place just to the south and west of Pryor at this moment. Strong inflow winds coming in, and so that's still wrapped up across this area. Let's go back to, velocities, and then we'll take a look at hail swaths because we haven't seen any hail for a few moments. So right now, circulation is pretty tight right where Vaughn is located, and that'd be like right where the wall cloud is. I don't know if Vaughn's underneath it. Vaughn, are you underneath the wall cloud right now? Or close?
I can't see straight up, but I think that circulation is just off to my north. Just off to my north. And there might be one to my south also.
Yeah, because it seems like it's just right there at this moment. And then also, let's...
I got a clear slot. Developing right here. Right here at 69 and, clear slot developing behind it. I think something's getting ready to happen.
Yep.
I'm just north of the industrial park. It's going to be coming in right into Pryor proper. There's definitely a clear slot developing right here, Travis. It's off to my north. Yep.
All right, so from the industrial complex back into Pryor, we've got to have you just be very careful, move to a place of safety. Here's Pryor, and then we're going to have to go back to Alan. I was just looking at some of the stuff he's doing on a couple of these storms about to the west. So we're near Pryor, the industrial complex to the south, Pryor coming in here on the north side, and that's where Vaughn and Brandon are both rolling on in with Bob, and that's just coming across the areas. Pryor's already had some heavy rain. Did you find any big hail, Stacia? I didn't go right to you at this point. Here is the hail cores. Doesn't look quite as intense as it was before, but still it's coming across the Pryor area, so we could still have some marble ping pong ball size hail, I would imagine, with that. But the biggest thing right now, tornado warning continuing in effect for the areas from Pryor back to the south and west. Circulation feature is right where Vaughn is located, and Brandon and Bob. You couldn't be much more in the middle of it. And also we do have, of course, our radios and radio stations are simulcasting with us right now. And so if you are with us on radio, fantastic. And if you have to move someplace and you can't sit there and listen to us, go ahead and listen to us on the radio stations as well. What'd you say? Okay, Vaughn, let's go to Vaughn now. Oh, what's going on? Al, I'm going to try to get to you. Holler at me if you have a tornado. That's all I can say.
Yeah, power's out in South Pryor.
Okay.
There's power out here. Not the dealership, but the other ones, all those restaurants and stuff along I-69, the power was out at. I saw a wall cloud as it lightning just a while ago, and it's going to be right over Pryor. It's right to my northeast right now.
All right. All right. So Pryor, you need to take cover. If you're in Pryor, take cover right now. Possibility of a tornado, strong damaging wind potential there. Vaughn is here. Here's the Pryor. Here's the wall just right in front of him here. So this is coming right across. So he'll be right up on top of it in a minute. And we got to go because it looks like you've got some serious circulation going on out west, Alan. What do you have out west?
Yeah, it is. Okay, so this is going to be a circulation that's near Pawnee. This is a tornado warning that remains underway. This is moving northeast at about 40 miles per hour. There may be another circulation that's developing as well, just a little bit to the east of there. So Blackburn right now is, we're watching that area to see if that's going to strengthen up. But regardless, we want you all in this vicinity to take your tornado precautions. That's Skidee, Pawnee, Ralston, Fairfax. If you're in this immediate area, this storm is moving northeast at 30 to 40 miles per hour. Still a potential here. It could produce a tornado. I don't have, at least at this point, unless you've seen these, Travis, I don't have a confirmation of a tornado on the ground, but the circulation is strengthening. I also know that in this same area, flash flood warnings now have been issued for Osage and Pawnee County as well. So not only the tornado issue here, but extremely heavy rainfall obviously is not what we need with the warnings that we have currently underway. But again, this is going to be the tornado warning that's underway near Pawnee to Skidee to Blackburn.
REM 33, please, if you could, full screen real quick. This is Pryor. Vaughn's in it. Vaughn, tell us what you see. Brandon. Sorry, Brandon.
Okay, yeah, Travis, right now we're going to be east on 69A. The shot is looking back to our southeast. You can see right there, we've got a well-defined wall cloud. Well, it's kind of ragged right now, but very large blowing right there. We're going to try to come out on the other side of this core. I don't see anything on the ground right now, Travis, but we're going to make our way east to try to keep up with this.
All right, thanks, Brandon. Appreciate it. So again, and we're talking, and we're trying not to overhype this, but it is. We have several circulations, so and that's why we have to continue to go with that. And I know some people don't like it when you get a little bit nervous or get a little bit more amped up. But boy, I tell you what, we do have some serious things going on right now. Pryor and east side of Pryor right now, circulation feature right over you guys at this moment. Also, Vaughn is right in the middle of that. Vaughn is underneath it. Brandon's moving to the east around the Sportsman Acres. Vaughn, can you give us a visual of what you have right now? Is Vaughn, hey, Michael, is Vaughn there? Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got it on mute.
Okay.
Pretty heavy rain right here. There looks to be some kind of lowering to my southwest, but I think the main part is going to be off to my east, Travis.
Okay, all right, thanks. And yes, it is. It's moving to the east-northeast. Also, there is a tornado east of Galena, Kansas, moving toward Joplin right now. That's that tornado that Alan was mentioning that is coming in on Joplin. So there's a couple of storms that I just referencing as if we don't have enough to talk about. I know it's Joplin, but there is a tornado on the ground headed into Joplin right now. That is a tornadic supercell that went through Ottawa County that did damage. We're trying to get reports out of that. We have our flood warnings going on. And then also we have this supercell with a tornado warning. And then we also have Allen's supercell tornado warning out in Pawnee. So we have Pawnee west of Tulsa. We have tornado warning east of Tulsa coming in over Pryor. And then we have one that's moving in on the Joplin area at this particular moment. So it's a very active period, and I'm also just looked, and the National Weather Service mentioned as well, these storms are moving into an environment that are unfortunately friendly for additional rotation and potential tornado development if you're in Osage or Washington County. And you can say this is nuts, and we're going to agree with you on that because this has just been a very, very bad run of bad luck, I guess, for eastern Oklahoma. The lakes are, as we said, very full. We'll get to some of that. Our news anchors are sitting there patiently at this point, but we continue with tornado warnings across the area, so we're trying to prioritize that. We mentioned as well that, of course, Keystone is 215,000. They just increased it. They're increasing to 215,000. I think Sean said 206,000 was the latest update, and they're going up to 215,000, and that'll be rising. So it's already, and if you were with us, River Spirit Casino, the water's right at River Spirit Casino at this moment, and it's going to go on up higher. And downstream, we have flooding going on for homes, and this is a major event going on, not since 1986. Right now, though, tornado warning as we speak. As we look across Pryor and to the east, the circulation is right in this area continuing. And Brandon, I'm going to go to you for a quick update on that. I don't see anything too low. It looked like it went up again. Did a wall cloud get a little bit higher up, or what does it look like?
Yeah, Travis, that's right. It's a little bit more disorganized. It's kind of a little bit more ragged, but there is another area. I'm going east right now on 69A, just south of Pryor, but there is another area back to my, it's going to be to my northwest that's pretty ominous, pretty low. I'm trying to get around and get a shot. It looks like it's trying to come down to the ground, though, there, Travis. Okay.
All right. Hey, let's go over to Alan with an update because here we have the two rotating areas. They have the Inola and showed it. Wait a minute. We got an. Oh, okay. We have an update here. I want to show you real quick too. So there's two rotating areas, and the Inola storm right now is wrapping up really on the back side of this. This is over the radar. So our guys are all up to the northeast, and nobody's back to the south and west. So we'll try to get on this too because there is a circulation feature that is developed rapidly on the backside near Inola. So if you're near Inola, this is starting to develop and rotate across this area around Inola. So Michael, I don't know if you can. We got to get back somebody off at 412 because this is now a situation where we're looking for a problem that's going on right now near Inola. We should have a lowered cloud base right in this area that could lead to a possibility of a new developing area for a tornado. So just be advised for that. It's right over the radar site that we use with the National Weather Service. And then we have our own live radar right now showing the same thing. It's wrapped up quickly, and this environment's just perfect for bad things to happen. So Inola east of Tulsa, closing in on possibly a tornado warning for you out west near Pawnee. Tornado warning going on. Find more out from Alan.
Okay, I've got that circulation 2.5, almost 3 miles southwest of Skidee. I've taken the reflectivity off the radar to kind of clean it up just a little bit and show you the velocities that we're tracking. That would be the cone that we would encourage you guys to take your tornado precautions right now as this storm moves northeast at 40, possibly near 50 miles per hour. So that's going to be slightly now just north and east of Pawnee itself. That's the way as far as we can tell, that circulation now is just north and east of Pawnee and south and west of Skidee. So Winona at 841, Pawhuska at 846, Barnsdall at 851. Now I can extend this, even though that track is only going to get you into central Osage County. This storm might persist and eventually cross over maybe closer into the western sections of the Washington County area as we continue on. So right now, this is what we're tracking. This is going to be the storm that could produce a tornado. The circulation is still there, southwest of Skidee, just north and east of Pawnee. And Marty Logan now is getting really close to this storm, so it's not going to be too much longer that we'll have a good set of eyes on it and take a look at this storm as it continues to move to the north and east. So tornado warning underway here for Pawnee County, portions of Pawnee County, portions of the Osage County area. Very quickly, if you're concerned about the metro, Tulsa County right now, we do not have any severe thunderstorm warnings or tornado warnings underway. We still have tornado warnings out to the east of us around Pryor, Choteau, Adair. That's where Vaughn is positioned, and JD and Brandon. And we have severe thunderstorm warnings that are just south and west of there. If you're concerned in the southern sections near I-40, we don't have anything right now. A couple of echoes in Creek County, nothing to be concerned. And that big storm that produced the tornado damage north of Pitcher continues now into southern Missouri.
Oh my goodness, so many not good things happening across the area. This is, again, what we're looking at is a developing area. We're now under a severe thunderstorm warning for this backside. And Brandon has it? Okay. Brandon is on the front side of this where we've had the rotating area and the areas. He's at Sportsman Acres. Brandon, can you give me an update on what you have? Oh, that doesn't look good.
Yeah, Travis. We're going to be just to the east of Sportsman's Acre on, it's going to be north 437 Road. Very large rotating wall cloud. It's really starting to ramp up right there in the shot. So I would urge people to take their tornado precautions if they're east of Sportsman Acre. That thing is really starting to tighten up there, Travis. You can see it right there in the middle of the shot. And we're going to stay with this. But right now, it doesn't appear to be on the ground.
Boy, that's awful close. Sportsman Acres, hope you're taking cover as we continue with tornado warning right there. I mean, that's about as close as you get. Vaughn's got another angle. Vaughn, you're in that vicinity. I know you're kind of you're north of Brandon by about 4 miles. Can you give me an update on what you are seeing?
Yeah, Travis. This area north of what he's looking at is also wrapping up. It's got it has strong info to it. Now I'm pretty much calm. Lots of lightning around this area, as you can tell. But this area is just north, I guess, of where Brandon is, but it is wrapping up also.
All right, and getting quite a bit of lightning out of those storms?
Oh, gosh, it's really increased in the last 5 minutes, Travis.
All right.
Really increased.
Man, I tell you what, these guys, yeah, it's just unbelievable what we have going on. All right, thank you very much, Vaughn. Appreciate it. Our guys, appreciate them. And then Brandon, you see where he's located, over Pryor, right here, leading edge. We have the rain and thunderstorms, massive. Look at this lightning intensity here popping up where Vaughn is, and that's what he was looking at, is right into this. Brandon's on the south side. You see JD and Bob back to the south and west. This right over the radar site, and then this is now circulating and as a rotation over Inola. So this is a broad rotating area right now over Inola. Lightning starting to pick up on this as well. So if you're in this area around Inola, this should be a lowered cloud base as well. And this is on the back side of the storm system. KFAQ is still with us, simulcasting. So if you are in the Tulsa area, want to know about weather, we're keeping everybody up to date on the latest of what we have. 1170 on your AM dial. And so we have flooding conditions. We're going to be talking to our, I think it's Craig and Terry coming up in just a little bit, because we have to get some flood information to you guys about what's going on along the river. Right now, though, who has it? Brandon. Brandon, can you give me an update from Sportsman Acres? What do you have?
Okay, yeah, Travis. The camera is looking back off to the west. You see there in the shot, it's kind of getting obscured with rain, but that lowering right there, kind of starting to. It's not real strong, but it's definitely an area we're going to have to keep an eye on. So I would encourage anybody in the Sportsman Acre to be taking their tornado precautions right now, Travis.
All right, thanks. I appreciate it very much. Also, let's go to Alan. We haven't gone out west. Alan, what do you have?
Okay, just east of Skidee, near Blackburn, tornado warning still continuing, and the velocity data is increasing. So this circulation, as far as I can tell, is getting stronger. It's moving northeast at around 40, maybe 45 miles per hour. So I've readjusted that track, and the majority of that circulation is slightly northeast of Skidee, maybe just a hair northwest of Blackburn. It's a rather large circulation, but it's a strong circulation as well. So that continues to be of concern, and that is why the tornado warning remains underway. So Winona at 8:42. Inside, Travis, there's a boundary that basically it's like a warm front. It's from Skidee to Hominy to Winona, closer in to the Bartlesville area, maybe northern Washington County. This storm may hug that boundary. The storm may hug that boundary as it continues to move to the north and east. If that's the case, this circulation is going to probably get a little stronger as it continues to do so. So tornado warnings remain underway near and east of Skidee, also around the Blackburn area. So that's going to be now moving right into the portions of the Osage County vicinity there.
All right, thanks, Alan. I appreciate that. Here's we're getting reports of a possible tornado just on the northeast side of Pryor. Vaughn is right in there. Vaughn, can you tell me if that's possible right in that vicinity? Because you're looking right into it.
That's very possible.
Okay.
That's very possible. Very possible.
All right.
The rain has caught up with me right now. So it's obscured by rain now. It's been rain wrapped. So that's very possible. That's the area I was looking at that was getting pretty tight. So there you have it.
Okay. All right. That's what we're concerned with. Let's go back to radar then for a minute. So this circulation feature right in here, this is where the thunderstorm is the most intense. Vaughn is right on the pretty much on the highway, not 412, and then is at Highway 20. And so this is the circulation right in here. Doesn't look like much, but it's 1 mile north. This is where the most intense part of the thunderstorm is located. We have strong winds down to the south. We have Brandon located at Sportsman Acres. So these guys are following this. Now I'm going to zoom out just a little bit on this so you can see heavy rain and thunderstorms. And then down to the south around the Inola area, I'm really kind of figuring out what's going on. Bob's going to pick this up. Hey, Bob, if you can you give me a visual before it gets too dark here? Is this to your west near Inola? What does that look like right now? Bob, you there? Let me see if Bob's there right now. Stephen's working on that right now. I'm concerned about what's right there because this is hey, Bob, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now. Can you give me an update on what that's looking like? Because that doesn't look good.
We've got a developing wall cloud that is going to be east of Inola. I'm westbound on 620 Road down near Maisie, and it's pretty good development on the front side of that. So I think it needs to probably get to the point it's going to be warned as a tornado.
All right. Yeah, that's really picking up and it's wrapping up. All right, we'll be back to you in a little bit. Let's go back to the radar. You can see that wrapped up area here where he's on. That's what he is looking at. Bob's looking right into this right now. So that's next to a tornado warning. That could go to a tornado warning a little bit. Tornado warning right now extending from around the Pryor area to the north. Vaughn is up to the north a little bit. JD is on the south side near Choteau. So this is a massive storm with a couple of circulation features and right around the Pryor area. So Vaughn is on that. Vaughn, quick update. Can you see anything? I know you're messed up in rain and everything else.
No, it's all wrapped up in rain, and it's getting ready to get in a horrible chase area, that's for sure. That's in that area north and east of Salina. So, yeah, it's wrapped up really tight.
Okay.
And it's wrapped up in rain.
Yeah. All right, just be careful there because we have a couple other things. Ellen, I'm going to go to you, and then we're going to go to the news desk because we have to get some information on the Arkansas River as well. But again, if you're Pryor, had reports of a tornado on the northeast side of Pryor, right in this area. Vaughn's close, can't see it, wrapped in rain. Just expect around the Pryor area strong, damaging wind potential. If you're near Lake Hudson at 8:33, Spavinaw 8:46, Langley at 8:50. That is the storm track Stacia has for us right now. And then the other storm that's back to the southwest, that storm is a severe thunderstorm warning at this time, potentially could become a tornado warning just east of Inola. It's a broad circulation right now, and it is continuing to wrap up. And then out west of Tulsa, that has been a tornado warned storm. What do you have?
That circulation getting stronger. Right now it's going to be near Blackburn and moving northeast. And Travis, this may have started to shift a little more to the east now. So I've adjusted the track. So folks around the Hominy vicinity, Winona, right in this area, you need to take your tornado precautions. This circulation is getting stronger now. So from Blackburn just to the north, maybe a mile, and from Hominy to the west, you need to take your tornado precautions. This is a storm that's moving east-northeast, 35, maybe 40 miles per hour. So instead of a kind of a northeast, I've made it east-northeast, but all in that quadrant from Hominy to Winona. You need to take your tornado precautions. The circulation is getting stronger. At this point, I don't have confirmation of any kind of tornado on the ground, but this could happen at any time, or it could be producing one right now. We just don't simply know at this point, but a tornado warning is underway based on the radar signature.
All right, and to top this off, Alan, we're getting reports of a barge or something loose. Let's go to the news desk. We got to find out what's going on there. What do you have, guys?
All right, Travis, a potentially life-threatening situation developing right now. 2 barges have broken free along the Arkansas River from the port of Muskogee, and they do not at this point have tugs in place to stop those barges whatsoever. They did miss the Highway 62 bridge, which means they are now headed toward the lock and dam at Webbers Falls. Muskogee County Emergency Management is saying right now, folks in Webbers Falls who have not left due to high water need to leave right now because at this point they have no way of stopping those barges.
We have Steve Rutherford with the Muskogee County Emergency Management Center on the phone with us right now. Steve, can you hear us?
Yes, yes.
Okay, can you tell us, so the situation, if it hits that lock and dam 16, this could be very, very serious for the folks in Webbers Falls.
Right, it could be. I'm with Sequoia County Emergency Management.
Thank you.
And I was notified by Oklahoma Emergency Management of what had happened. And I really don't know what's on board the barges at this point. I know our sheriff was in the area and he's working with them trying to get these back under control. But if anybody sees them, they need to stay away from them and get off anything near them. And they're hoping they will run aground somewhere.
Are these the same 2 barges that broke free earlier today?
I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm from Sequoia County, and I was just notified by Oklahoma Emergency Management what had happened.
Have they given you any indication at all with the speed of the water moving down the Arkansas River and the volume of water, how much time people in Webbers Falls might have at all, Steve?
No, they have not. I just told them if they needed something to holler at me. Like I said, our sheriff who happened to be in the area, so he's trying to assist them also.
All right. Steve Rutherford with the Sequoia County. Okay, and we also want to know, besides Webbers Falls, what would be downriver from this situation? Who else might be in danger if this happens?
Then the next thing is Kerr Lake down through there, and Lyon Landing, and several different things there on Kerr.
So obviously everyone downriver at this point needs to be alert and be on top of this situation.
Right, know what's going on and stay out of the way.
Okay.
And Steve, you think this has the potential to cause a significant amount of damage, right?
Well, I really, like I said, I don't know what's on board them, and I don't know. They're hoping that they will, what I was told by one of the people that was there that reported it to me, is they're hoping they'll run aground.
Okay.
And they're headed downstream to keep an eye on them as much as they can.
Okay.
All right. Steve Rutherford, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Again, folks in Webbers Falls, at the very least, are being urged to move out.
Right. They were already under a mandatory evacuation, but if you're in Webbers Falls and you didn't do it, you absolutely need to do it now. This could be critical situation. And we also want to mention that the Tulsa Area Emergency Management Agency put out a new update. Travis has mentioned they're releasing out of Keystone 215,000 cubic feet of water per second. They have not announced it yet, but the city of Tulsa is preparing for that to go up to 300,000 cubic feet per second. They're calling it a potential for historic flooding dating back to what we saw in 1986. So once again, anyone who is in that flood path who might be affected with that needs to take precautions, get ready, and everyone needs to be heads up on this.
All right, we're going to get back to Travis Meyer. I understand there's some developments with our weather, so we're going to get back to him right now. Travis.
Okay, yeah, thanks, guys. Tornado warning continuing effect. We have 2 tornado warnings now in effect out to the west. Alan's going to take us in and get a storm track, but I want to show you the picture. Tulsa is relatively quiet here right now. We have our tornado warning by the Choteau, Inola areas. We'll go to that in a little bit, but first we're talking about the tornado warnings out to the west. This is wrapped up rapidly west of Hominy, and then there's also one now, a tornado warning that is located near Pawnee again. So 2 of those. Alan, take it away.
Okay, just west of Hominy right now. I've got this about 5 to 6 miles just to the west. Circulation is getting stronger. So folks from Hominy, just to the north around the Winona area, you need to take your tornado precautions right now. This circulation at times is kind of ragged. It's getting stronger right now. It's trying to cycle a little bit, and it's moving east-northeast close to 35, maybe 40 miles per hour. So Hominy, Winona. Now, this is a heads up. This may continue on and could get close to near or slightly north of the Skytook Lake vicinity. All right, so tornado warnings if you are in or around the northern areas of the Skytook Lake area. You would also need to remain aware that this storm could be tracking closer into your area. It was moving northeast. It's now a little more, Travis, east-northeast. The strong circulation now starting to tighten up a little bit. So not only potential for a tornado, there should also be some 55, 65, maybe 70 mile per hour winds circulating around that on the backside from Blackburn right in front of it and then all the way into the Hominy vicinity. Take tornado precautions right now.
Hey, thanks, Alan. And then on the east side, so the 2 of them again, we're trying to get the separation because there's the one to the to the west, and then the one to the east. These are supercells. We have also one monster that's going on up to our northeast. This is the one that's just near Carthage, and I don't know where it is in relationship. Joplin is real close to that. This is a tornado-warned nasty storm, and we have our 2 here. Our tornado warning there, and 2 tornado warnings out to the west of Tulsa. Tulsa right now is okay. We're breathing, but let's go to the east and see what's going on around the Pryor area. This is the supercells are going on in 2 locations, or at least 2 rotating areas. The one that's moving up from Sportsman Acres that Brandon's going to go across from Locust Grove. Tornado warning is for you guys from Adair, Pryor, Sportsman Acres, back to the south over Lake Hudson. Strong winds with this. Tornado potential is right now on the north or southeast of Adair. And you just see this little couplet right in here, zooming in if we could on city street level so we can kind of give you an idea. So this is on 440 Road, and then that's going to be crossing the lake and kind of, I guess we'll still call it the lake, coming up right now. So this circulation is most likely a tornado right now on 440 Road, moving to the northeast towards Strang. If you're right around Strang, we need you to take cover because that's on the comma of that. So that's 420, 430 Road, 440 Road. And that's just right before you get to the north end of the lake. Boy, I tell you what, that's got to be a tornado embedded in the rain, and it's going to be impossible for anybody to see. If you're at Strang, you have to take cover now because that's headed right towards your area. If you're near Strang to Langley, looks like we're going to have you guys also be aware that that's going to come rolling right across your area. So you can see some of the towns Stacia has for us. Langley, 845, Disney, 849, Ketchum, 852. This is not a good situation, so just please be very cautious. A lot of people were trying to get away for the weekend as we started to get closer to it, taking the week off, and it just everything's just kind of messed up, and we knew it was going to be a case. That is a tight little circulation right now, 0440 Road, so if you're in that area, be advised and broaden out if you would, and we're going to show you again the big picture. Vaughn is down south at Pryor. Pryor's kind of cleared up a little bit. These are the cells that we're watching. This one here and the one down here Vaughn's at, and then go out wider if you would, out to the west. And this is where we have real problems going on. Let's go to Alan with an update. Alan.
Strong circulation just west of Hominy, maybe a mile and a half west, moving east-northeast. Folks in Hominy, you need to be in your tornado precautions right now. If you have a storm shelter, get in that. Closet away from walls and windows, interior most room there. That is moving east, slightly northeast, 30 to 35 miles per hour. It looks like to me this is probably the strongest the circulation has been. So this could be producing a tornado. If not, some funnels as it's starting to push through. This may, again, do some damage. That's the tornado warning that's underway. So Hominy, it's 8:30. It's going to be on your doorstep momentarily. Winona at 8:46. Now heads up. Around the Skiatook area, just north, the northern areas of the lake, we would encourage you to go ahead and take some shelter here. So the northern areas of the Lake Skiatook area, go ahead and start to seek some shelter as this storm continues to move east-northeast, and the potential for this to produce a tornado and continue to move on in this general region. So I'm going to zoom it out and take a look. Again, Winona, Hominy, right in through here. Blackburn, that circulation now is to the north and east of you. We have storms back near Pawnee and Morrison and Glencoe. Stacia, are those severe at this point? Doesn't look like in
Back
Pawnee.
near Glencoe is.
Okay, so Glencoe is severe, but no tornado warning in that area. So we're still just tracking this tornadic supercell right now that is trying to, the updraft looks like it's trying to latch onto a boundary. And this boundary would be moving to the east-northeast. Just now from our friends at the National Weather Service, confirmed tornado west of Hominy. This is from the National Weather Service. And still moving east at 30 miles per hour, Travis. So again, that's the signature we've been watching. We want folks to take your tornado precautions right now. Travis.
All right, and we have Marty on one part of the storm. Darren's intercepting the storm because it is moving at a good enough clip that we're going to be seeing how that goes. But if you're right there, just be advised. Now, what's interesting is off to the east right now, the tornado warning, which had been in effect, is now being picked up and dropped. So just picked up and dropped. That's kind of weird how to say that. Is being dropped. We'll put it that way. Let's go back over into this area, though, because this is an area in which we're looking at conditions that are favorable for a severe thunderstorm. This is still a very intense thunderstorm. We have the tornado warning going on up to the north. This is a heavy thunderstorm. Let's look and see if storm analyst as well as storm relative, you can see the tightening up that's loosened a little bit, but we still have hail core where Vaughn is located. So I'm a little surprised that we don't have a warning on that. We might see one coming up here in just a little bit. Hey, Vaughn, can you give me an update from your location of what you're looking at with that particular cell?
Yeah, right now it's I don't have any particular lowering that I can pinpoint that's got rotation with it, but I did have some pretty good hail as I came south from Highway 20. But we're right here by the OG&E plant, right here off 412. We're going to follow this as it moves to the east. Another serious storm that everybody needs to contend with onto the east of here.
Okay, and we just got another tornado warning back for the Pensacola area and back to the north and to the east. So we've got this storm that we're watching from Choteau and Inola. So that's wrapped up here. So Vaughn, and we've got Vaughn, JD, Bob kind of all in that same spot. Brandon's near the Locust Grove area. He's cutting across to check on the other side of the lake, just to see what's going to happen here. This is the one that's rotating to the north. There's still a couplet right in here that is going on to the east of Adair and along 20, and zoom in on that, would you? And then that's going to Langley. And so we can look at it. So it's tightened up, just tighten up. What's that, Strang? Okay, just really, if you're Strang, we need you to take cover. That's moving to the northeast. As that tornado warning continues in that area, so you're at east for it. Okay, that'll be good.
Thank you. I'll put you on 30.
I'll zoom back in here just one second.
That's fine. And so
There you
okay, here we go. 420 Road, 4410 Road, 405 Road, and Strang. Strang to the west, to the northwest, and in Strang. You need to be taking cover. Possible tornado, if not wind damage, potential 60, 70 mile an hour winds, and some hail on the north side of that. That's moving. It's embedded in rain. You won't see it. Not worth a chance. Just move to a place of safety, north end of the lake of Hudson. And then the southwest side, again, the rotation is still there around the Choteau area. That is not severe at this time. Rotation is picked up a little bit, though, where JD and Vaughn are located. JD has a shot of that as well as Vaughn. Vaughn, I'm going to come back to you for a minute, and then we got to go over to Alan. Vaughn, quick update. You there, Vaughn? Okay, let's go over to Alan with a quick update over to the west.
Yeah, indications are from the National Weather Service. This has been producing quick spin-ups and touchdowns. So we've had several reports of brief tornadoes near the Hominy vicinity. So again, tornado precautions underway. We've had reports of brief touchdowns. So around the Hominy vicinity, that's right on top of you and moving. It sure looks like to me it might be moving now just due east. But I'm going to keep a little bit of an east-northeast track. So folks around the Hominy vicinity, take your tornado precautions. You should already be so. Near the Lake Scatuck area, at least the northern arm of the Lake Scatuck area, areas to the north up through now near or maybe slightly south of Winona, or near and slightly south of the Barnsdall area, all in this general region. That's a tornado warning. It expires at 9 o'clock. Right now it's at 8:35. And this is a cycling system. It is continuing to spin quite a bit, so this is going to be moving east, maybe 25, 30 miles per hour. It looks like it's slowed down a little bit. We're checking some of the radar products that look like it's lofting any kind of debris in the air, but it has been producing some brief touchdowns occasionally. So folks in the Hominy vicinity, that is a tornado warning that is going to remain right in this area as long as this continues to move east at 25.
All right, thanks, Alan, appreciate it. And then one right behind it, new tornado warning right behind that one. And you're going to say, this is like Night of the Twisters or whatever, but this is going on. Marty's on this right now. He's near Glencoe, so this is a new tornado warning. You see the circulation feature here on the south side. We do have Marty's picture coming in on RIM 23, by the way. Once we do a storm track, I'd like to look at that. So Marty is near Merrimack. That's in our viewing area. And Stone Wolf Casino is right in the same area. And I think, Stacia, you mentioned that last night or the night before.
It seems very recent.
Yes. It's a blur right now. So this is wrapping up tighter southeast of Glencoe. And so this is right where Marty is looking back into it. Let's take his shot right now and see what we have at this moment. So it's a lowered cloud base. Is Marty on the line with us, or is he with News 9 right at this moment? Okay. Hey, Marty.
I'm with you.
All right, buddy. Hey, can you give us an update on what you have on that tornado warning?
Yeah, I think I'm about a mile or two south of the turnpike, and we're looking back towards the west-southwest. Got a real busy base over there, and luckily the sun's going down behind it. Sorry, I got the scanner on, but I've been getting good information. Had a deputy a little while ago said that they did have a wall cloud, which that's what we've got, and said it had a little bit of rotation. There's a small tag under it right now. Nothing on the ground. I'm listening to the scanner and talking at the same time. Sorry, but trying to get all the information we can out to our viewers. So right now I don't see anything down on the ground nor a funnel. So I'm going to stay here and we'll stay with it. Travis, back to you.
All right. Hey, thanks, Marty. Appreciate it. So again, that's out to the west, and Alan's on the north one with that. So there you can just see the rotation on both of those. Hominy's wrapped up at this point. Alan, you can come holler at me if you see anything else. We're going to go back to the east to the other tornado warning right now that's over the dam. And so this is looking at two parts of this, the one on the north, the one on the south. And it's hard to see the north side. We do have the wrapped up side on the south, but the tornado warning is on the north. And so that's going to be wrapping up and continuing to the north and to the east. So the areas of thunderstorms that are from Langley, we just mentioned Langley a few moments ago, and then from Spavinaw, this is moving up across the lake at this time. Strong damaging wind potential is with this as well. Let's go further north if we can, a little bit further. And so this is around the Disney area. So these will be winds from Spavinaw, and then from the lake extending to Disney, Langley, and then moving to the northeast with the tornado warning in this area. This is going to track right across the areas, and I'm going to have you slide those to the east a little bit to the right, the storm track data, so I can see it, or so folks can see it at home.
Itself, and I was like, what are you
Sorry.
talking about?
Yeah, it's
But
coming
okay,
up with some word.
I'll do it.
I'll find it, sorry. Spavinaw at 8:46, Langley at 8:49, Spavinaw Lake 8:52, Ketchum 8:59. So this is still very intense, strong, severe thunderstorm, capable of producing wind damage. I don't see the couplet like we saw before. It is still wrapped up in this area, though, from west of Langley, and there's down to Spavinaw, so you should get some gusty winds, 50, 60 miles an hour associated with that. So that's still happening. And then also we do have, where's Brandon? I lost Brandon in the mix here. There he is. Locust Grove. Hey, Brandon, could you give me an update on the winds and what you have right now associated with that line of thunderstorms? You there, Brandon? He did. He just dropped? Okay. All right, so that's the thunderstorm. Then back to the, and JD, can you give me an update? Did you go through those winds just a little bit ago?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, but we have a wall cloud here. It's just north of 412. and it's pretty low. It looks somewhat organized. It's not, too ominous, but it's pretty boxy, pretty square looking. So we're going to keep watching this thing as we travel eastbound. Back to you, Travis.
All right, thanks. Because we do have both air. Okay, so Stacia just mentioned that the circulation features are for both of these. So the tornado warning is for the Choteau and also for the one that's to the northeast, that's from where Vaughn was located up to Salina. So these are the two rotating areas. Back to, let's go to reflectivity real quick, and then we'll try to get an update. Hey, Sean. I'm going to try to get another update from the news desk here if we can in just a few minutes. And so this is from the Sportsman Acres, from where Vaughn is located. And you can see where Vaughn is, where JD is located. Hey, Vaughn, is Vaughn back with me, Michael? Okay, Vaughn, can you give me an idea of what you're looking at? Because you're coming into this lowered wall cloud, too.
Yeah, I'm right under it. There's scud rapidly rising into this area right here. This would be almost right over the industrial park. And I've got strong south winds right now, and I've got a clear slot right here behind me. So we could possibly have something developing right now, scud wrapping into it. You can see the scud rising up into it right there.
Mike, that looks like a funnel now.
All right, we see the funnel. Okay, we see it right there. All right, let's.
Mike,
take
my shot.
Okay, who's that? That's Brandon? All right, we're going to go to Alan right after this. So we see it. Brandon, give me an update. Quick.
I think hey, Travis?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead,
okay,
Brandon.
Right now, right now we're going to be just to the northwest of Locust Grove, looking to the northwest. About 5 minutes ago, that area right there, I'm going to zoom in, that was on the tree line. I couldn't tell if it was on the ground, but it is definitely wrapped up in there, and the tornado is imminent right there, Travis.
Okay, there it is, kind of darkening up. You'll have to go back out so we get a little bit more light on it because it's you're getting too dark on the shade. All right, so that's let's go back to radar so I can show this so where he is. So this is Brandon. He's looking in, and so we have that storm. And so let's go out. We have to go over to Pawnee because we have another tornado, Alan.
Yeah, well, I'm still on the Hominy storm right now. We still have a strong circulation right over the Hominy vicinity. This has a history of producing some tornadoes. This is moving to the east now. The circulation is strong, but it's now broad and still may continue to produce some tornadoes. This is going to move east, slightly maybe north and east at about 25 to near 30 miles per hour. So folks around and now slightly east of the Hominy area, you will need to continue to take your tornado precautions. That may also include the northern areas of the Lake Skytook area. This has been tracking east, slightly north and east, and slightly east. So in that general area, near and east of Hominy, take your tornado precautions as this continues to show signs of producing the tornado.
All right, thanks. And then a little bit further to the south and west, we still have that tornado warning. That's wrapped up a little bit more. It's now locked in where Marty is located. Hey, is Marty still online with us? Okay, can you see if you can pick him back up? We do have his shot right now.
We got a tornado on the ground.
Okay, let's go back to Vaughn then. Vaughn, go ahead, tell me what you have, and then we'll talk to Marty.
Just get around this building. Right around this building, there was condensation all the way up on that lowering that you see right there. I had condensation all the way to the ground just a moment ago. That's the area of rotation. So it's just north of the industrial park, and it's going to be south of Pryor, of course, but just had a condensation funnel all the way to the ground.
All right, so again, the wrap up of this. This is the second part of this storm. So the first one's up around the Grand Lake with strong winds at this time, and we do have a broad circulation at Grand Lake. Let's go back to radar for a moment so I can show you. So where Vaughn is located, so if you look at it from Sportsman Acres, Pryor is up to the north. So if you can whiten out a little bit here so we can see it, thanks. So Pryor's right up here where Bob is, okay. And so this is a circulation feature that Vaughn's talking about in here, and so that is, or the one that's to the north, so this is right up to the north of him. That is a track. And then we have the secondary part that's up at Langley right now. This is more of a strong wind, potentially embedded areas of very strong winds of 70, maybe 80 miles an hour, going up over Langley and Disney. Those are the two areas. Now, the tornado warning goes all the way back up and around, and so that does cover much of Mays County at this time. But we're just bogged down right now around Pryor. Back to the track itself is Salina, Spavinaw. You can see coming up at 9/11. So those are the locations at this moment. And then the circulation feature right in here around Sportsman Acres to where Vaughn is located and just to the north. So those are the areas most concerned. And then, was there something? Oh, I thought somebody hollered at me. And so this is the one cell that's still going on here. We still have the tornado warning in effect for much of Mays County at this time. And then I'm going to get one more update before we go out to the east. Tornado warning till 9:15. And Vaughn, I'm going to have one more update from you before we go back out to the west, talk to Alan and Marty.
Yeah, I don't have any update here. It's just, it's circulating. I'm starting to get strong west winds now. So this is the area. This is that RFD coming back around it. We're going to continue to watch it. I have not had another condensation funnel all the way to ground since I talked to you, but it was a small one.
All right, let's go to Alan with a quick update on the tornado warning that's up by Pawnee. Alan.
Yeah, we have two of them right now, so let's take a look. This is near and just east of the Hominy vicinity. Folks, again, in the far northern areas of the Lake Skytook area, just south of Wynona, south of Barnsdall, strong circulation continues to show up. This has a history of producing tornadoes. And this is going to continue on moving east, maybe slightly north of east, but I'm going to put it east at about 25, maybe 26 miles per hour. Again, right in this area. There's not a lot of organized community here, but just south of Barnsdall, Avant, the Lake Skytook region. You guys take tornado precautions. This has a history of producing tornadoes. Now, that's the northern part of the storm. I'm going to go down to the south. This is another tornado warning that's underway. You can see Marty is ahead of this storm. We're going to try to talk to Marty if that's a possibility, if we get his shot up in just a second here. This is a strong circulation as well, just to the east of Glencoe and slightly south of the Merrimack area. So this is moving pretty much to the east, maybe northeast also, at around 20 to 25 miles per hour. So Jennings, 910, Merrimack 855, right along the 412 area. This looks like it's moving generally to the east, maybe slightly northeast as well, and the circulation is still pretty strong. So let's check and see if Marty is available. I don't know if we have Marty online or not. If we do, Marty? Okay, Marty's not there, but he is watching that storm. So again, we have two tornado-warned storms, one south of Merrimack, west of Jennings, and then the other one. And you guys bear with me here. We're doing a lot of movement on the radar. Very active here just to the east, northeast of Hominy. Again, rotation is increasing there. Take a look at that, Travis, right in there. That's why we want to encourage folks right in this pocket. Take your tornado precautions right now. Darren is pretty close to that. He's going to get a good look at it soon.
All right. Hey, thanks, Alan. So is that what, was that Darren that had that rain and wind blowing all over him just a minute ago? Was that the video? Must have had that? Okay. On REM 35? Okay.